Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports presents Friday Night Football.
Boswell Media Sports presents Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels,
Philip Palmertree.
I have 3 words for you. Football is back. And it is time for us to get week 1 of Leake Academy football going on Friday, August 23rd. The Rebels begin their 2024 season on the road this evening in the capital city against 6A contender Jackson Academy. The Raiders, they're under a new coaching staff once again, and while they may not have the depth they've had in years past, JA returns a lot of quality athletes from a team that's already got 1 game under their belts. 45-0 stomping of Bio Academy last Friday night in Cleveland. So tonight, the Rebels open the season by going to Jackson with a passing attack that closed out 2023 hotter than a pepper sprout. So look out, Jacksontown. Here come the Rebels. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wendy's pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree. Billy Steen is our studio producer. He and I thank you for listening on Cruisin' 98, on the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and on the live audio stream at Kicks96news.com. You click on the Listen Live tab for Cruisin' 98. And, of course, you can watch Leake Academy football on the Triple M Motors video stream. That's available at Kicks96news.com. Click on the news stories where it has a link to tonight's live stream. That'll take you to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. And tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. We have a whole lot in store for you before the kickoff at the top of the hour. We'll give you the Junction starting lineups. You'll meet a new member of our broadcast team. He and I are going to size up tonight's opponent, the JA Raiders. But first, we get to visit with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickens. All that and more is straight ahead as the Wendy's pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health, providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Wendy's without the Wendy's app is like Nugs without the sauce. Or a Frosty without the fries. Or a hamburger without the fresh beef. No! Level up. Get the app to order ahead, order delivery, earn free food, and get app-exclusive offers. One app, all the Wendy's.
Offer for a limited time at participating Wendy's. Terms apply. App registration required. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Welcome back. As we get the Wendy's pregame into gear, you can crush your cravings with food you'll love from Wendy's. And there's nothing like the excitement that's going on right now. It is finally time for Friday night football, and we've got the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens on the line with us here as we get ready for 7 o'clock kickoff between Leake and Jackson Academy. Coach, it's finally here. I know you and your staff and the Rebels are excited.
Yes, it's always fun to kick off a new season. It's always the excitement and the different challenges that every season brings, and this is what you look forward to. As you end the last season, you go into the off-season workouts, and you're counting down for this day. So it's an exciting time for everybody.
Coach, I think I ask you this question in week one every year in one form or another, so I'll head straight to it. What do you like about this particular group? You've certainly had them in some intensive practice the last few weeks, and of course they've been working all through the summer and back into the spring. What's there to like about this group of Rebels?
I just think their work ethic. That's the biggest thing about this group. They just have a great work ethic, very self-motivated. They come out to practice every day with a great attitude, and there's the group that you feel like when you finish practice that you got a little better that day. And that says a lot about these kids. And every group, I don't care whether you bring back a lot of return starters or not, every group has a little different team chemistry as you start any year. But this group right here, I'll say that they're kind of carrying on what they had last year and bringing it into this year. Like I said, just with their want to get better each and every week.
Well, we've talked about this before, but I think it's worth saying again. You said you see a lot of carryover from last year, and of course last year's storyline was this time last year a very unproven group, a lot of sophomores and juniors who had let's just be honest, a rough introduction to high school football his first 3 or 4 weeks. But as you said, they never let that get to them. They never got down. They kept working at it and improving, and then it paid off with that 2023 team winning 5 out of its last 7 games and really improving. So it sounds like they still haven't hit the ceiling yet.
Yeah, I think this group right here is going to get better as the year goes on. And that, like I said, that's exciting. We got a lot of seniors, and when you've got a lot of seniors and they're still working to get better, like you said, sometimes it's just sky's the limit with this group.
What do you think is usually the hardest adjustment that new players make, freshmen and sophomores, that they experience when they move up to the varsity roster and then in August comes? What are the biggest challenges they usually face?
The speed of the game, how fast you're seeing it. As a coach, you can see the difference in the speed of the game from a Thursday night junior high night to a Friday night high school night. And then if you go sit on the sidelines for a college, it's the speed of the game. And you see it at every phase of football. The guys are moving faster. They've got a lot more experience, so a lot less effort to get from point A to point B. And when you're a sophomore and you're trying to get from point A to point B, sometimes you take a detour and wind up at C. These guys can get straight downhill on you. As you mature and you get used to it, you used to seeing it. Another thing is just the mental toughness of it. You're gonna have some mistakes. You're gonna recover from them. And a lot of times when you're young, you make a mistake and you're worried about making that mistake. But as you're older, you know mistakes are gonna happen, and you go to the next play. I tell you the truth, in that jamboree, I saw one of the biggest things you talk about the character of this group. We had a turnover early in the game in one of those jamborees, and came out and just rolled right back down the field and scored. That says a lot about a group, that they'd have something bad happen the first play from scrimmage, and then they come right back and respond right down the field. That says a lot about them. And like I said, with young players, it's harder to get over those mistakes. Older players, and it's with anything. When you take a young coach, a mistake, they dwell on it for a couple of plays. Oh, coach, you know that that's going to happen, and you got to call something for the very next play. So that'd be the biggest thing: speed of the game and just the mental toughness of combat and bad things happening sometimes.
Well, we'll step aside for a break, and when we come back, we're going to ask Coach Pickens to sort of get in the drone and hover over this team. Tell us a little bit about offense, what this team's looking like on defense and special teams, as well as we get set for a 7 o'clock kickoff between the Leake Academy Rebels and the JA Raiders. So stay with us as the Wendy's pregame continues.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Introducing the savory world of Ingram Steak and Seafood. Tuesday through Friday, join us for our delightful lunch offerings, or make your weekend special with our exclusive dinner service, available Friday and Saturday evenings. At Ingram's, it's all about family, both ours and yours. Our team, consisting of close friends and family, is dedicated to serving you with the warmth and good food only a family can offer. Join us at Ingram's, where every meal is a masterpiece. Highway 16 in Carthage.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Welcome back. We continue the Wendy's pregame. You can download the Wendy's app to order food, earn points, save your favorites. You can even pay with your phone. Get a free 10-piece nugs order and 150 bonus points when you create a Wendy's account right now. Head Coach Brian Pickens on the line with us, talking about this week one matchup between Leake and Jackson Academy. Coach, the headlines for this for this team center on the offense and the passing game. Talk a little bit about what's coming together, what's taking the field tonight when the Rebels have the football.
Well, we're we'll be in a standard, our 2x2 set, 10 personnel on the field. We will bring in our H-back some. It'll be very similar to what you saw last year. We're excited about where we are as far as our passing game at this point in time. We kind of talked in the coaches show about timing. We feel like that, we're I always say you're clicking on all cylinders. Everyone click on all cylinders towards the end, but I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're ahead of where we were last year, of course, and I feel like tonight that we've got the ability to make some big plays.
Talk, if you would, about the role that the run game plays in an offense where you definitely want to be able to pass.
Well, the run game, for forever, the run game is what set up the pass. You want the ability to run. You want to force the defense to stop the run, for a defense to stop the run. Defenders have to creep up to the line. They have to be, with their keys. They have to really be sensitive to a run trigger, and that's what you're wanting. You're wanting them to trigger on that run, and then that's when you pass over the top of them. And for an offense kind of like ours, that we do rely on passing a lot. That's going to make people start to back up, drop quicker, try to get to zones, or if they're in man, they're locked up man, and they're not worried about anything but that receiver. And the run game is what takes it. The run game can then take advantage of that. As linebackers drop out, now your running backs are able to to get you 5 to 10 easy yards before they all rally up to tackle. So the both work together. It just kind of depends on your philosophy. Like I said in the past, we've been a heavy run team with a lot of play action, and so you saw us go over the top a lot of times. Last year we were a lot of quick game and then go over the top. But I feel like if our run game's strong, then now you've got to take you take advantage of the quick, intermediate, deep, and you still got to make the defense defend you on all areas of the field.
How have you seen George Wilcox develop as a quarterback from his sophomore year now to the start of his junior year?
I would say knowledge. Of course, he's probably a little more accurate now just because he's done it more. It's kind of like when, you asked him about, what's the difference between a young player and an older player. It's just the speed of the game. He's got the skills that, his arm, could get the ball in there even sometimes maybe the speed of the game is a little faster. But now, he's like I said, he's got the same skill set, but now he's refined it. Now, those balls are more accurate. He's more relaxed. Jamboree game. One of our receivers kind of had to break off the route because it was, he was being jammed up, so he broke off the route. He casually kind of drifted back and made a great play as the receiver broke out of the original route. So, I think it's more just the mentalness, the mental aspect of it. As he gets older, of course, the skills are going to get more and more refined for accuracy and deep balls and things like that. But just if I had to just tell you one big thing, I think it would be the comfort and the mentality. And, the nice thing about George is he enjoys the game. So literally he takes care of us a lot of times on pass protection. And, because he understands it well enough that he can check out of certain protections where he feels like maybe we're going to, be a little weak. So, like I said, just the mentality is the biggest key.
Let's flip it to the other side of the football. When the other team's got it, when J.A. has the ball tonight, seeing that Rebel defense, talk about a little bit of the philosophy and about particularly where some of the areas you feel like we've got some experience and strength.
I think number one, you talk about experience and strength, it's going to be with our D-line. You've got, those guys are all coming back. So our D-line will be a lot more experienced. I mean, you've got Bobo, who's now been in there. This is going to be his third year to start in the interior. So, he looks, good in practice, look good in the scrimmages. Like I said, big kid, very athletic kid. So, and then, you take the rest of them, they all got a year under their belt. So, that's one thing we try to do with our D line is, we try to get a steady rotation. We've talked about that as far as that our benefit that we can rotate guys on and off the field. Linebackers, I think our linebackers are really getting to the football. In the scrimmage jamboree, they were getting downhill, plugging gaps, and looked really good. And with that experience, it just makes the whole defense. And like I said, in the secondary, same thing. Secondary, you got guys that it was their first year to start. Now they're back. They're doing a great job for us back there. And like I said, that experience just makes you faster. You're not wasting steps. You're not wasting. You're not unsure about your keys. You've seen it. This is what triggers me. So now I'm gone, and you're getting there faster. So that maturity level on defense is going to make us better. And, I'm excited about some of the things we're doing. We're changing up coverages this year. We're trying to give us some different looks here and there. And we're taking basically what we've always done and just, putting some different wrinkles into it. So I think it's some good stuff. I think it's some fun things that'll really be to our advantage.
Well, let's talk about the third aspect of football during this segment, Coach. We'll talk about special teams. It's always a big part of field position and, of course, scoring points, whether it's 1 point after a touchdown or whether it's 3 from a field goal. Really important part of the game. And we'll have Matthew Nowell kicking it anytime it needs to be kicked. Talk about how Matthew's grown in that skill set.
Oh, he does a great job for us. The extra points last year, he was money for me. He made all the extra points the other night in the Jamboree. We didn't rush, but they let us kick, and so he was how many times we scored, he was perfect on extra points. He does a great job. If we need a field goal, especially we get down, inside deep in the red zone and kind of get jammed up, we come away with points. And that's what I believe in. You come away with points is always you always feel like you've been successful. Some people don't like that. Don't like that fact. Somebody wants the 7, but I feel like heck, you've driven all the way down there. Come away with something and get back down there and put more points on because you keep adding those points onto it. But like I said, does a great job. Kickoff wise, he's got the ability. He can pin you deep. He's also got great control over the ball. A lot of times I'll just have him sky kick it, and Matthew's a fun kid to coach. Pressure packed situation. That's who you want. If it were a last second field goal, that's you can't ask for any better mentality than he is to go out there and kick the field goals. Or if we're just go up and we're trying not to kick it to a guy who's a dangerous returner. I was going to get it where you told him to. If you say, hey, don't kick it this guy, he's kicking it where you want to. So, like I said, his mentality just so great as far as the kicking part of it.
Well, I know in seeing the Rebels play in the Jamboree last week, of course, we've got a new long snapper and new holder on those place kicks, don't we?
Yeah. Tanner Walsworth, our long snapper. He's doing a good job for us. And Jack Harkins is going to be holding for us. And so when I talk about being perfect on the extra points last week, those field goal extra point teams, that's 3 aspects. It's a snap, it's a hold, and it's a kick. So all 3 of those guys are just equally as important.
All right. Well, when we return, we're going to talk about the entire Rebel coaching staff, and we'll also preview the matchup between your Leake Academy Rebels and JA as we get closer and closer to a 7 o'clock kickoff here on Friday night as the Wendy's pregame continues.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West in Carthage.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Introducing the savory world of Ingram's Steak and Seafood. Tuesday through Friday, join us for our delightful lunch offerings, or make your weekend special with our exclusive dinner service available Friday and Saturday evenings. At Ingram's, it's all about family, both ours and yours. Our team, consisting of close friends and family, is dedicated to serving you with the warmth and good food only a family can offer. Join us at Ingram's, where every meal is a masterpiece. Highway 16 in Carthage.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right, big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
All right, the final segment in our interview portion of the Wendy's pregame. And I'll remind you, Wendy's uses fresh, never frozen beef on every hamburger every day. Coach Brian Pickens, if you would, tell us about the coaching staff and the way the different responsibilities are divided, and what you appreciate about that team that you've surrounded yourself with.
Well, I've been around this team for quite a while. We start off, with defensive coordinator Josh Ray. Does a great job. He coaches our offensive line and our defense. And the big thing, Ray brings an intensity to it. He has a strong passion for the game, and like I said, he brings an intensity level. I think the kids respond to it well. He's been doing the defense now for over 20 years. So when you say who I surrounded myself with, we've been together for a long, long time. And then on the offensive side, Corey Burns, he's our offensive coordinator. Young guy. I say young guy. He's getting in his late 30s, so he's starting to get older. But anyway, he's still a young guy. Of course, I coached him in high school, so he'll always be that high school quarterback to me. I have to remember sometimes he's not. But no, he does a super job. Very organized, and prepared. Loves the game, loves everything that goes into it. They're an off season, is just a student of the game at all times. Corey also, he's kind of I always call him the head of football operations, with me kind of serving dual roles at the school as far as head of school and head football coach. Corey keeps me very organized. He takes care of a lot of the stuff that I used to take care of as far as the paperwork aspect of it. So, like I said, he does a great job with all that. Like I said, he brings an organization and like I said, just a knowledge of the game to the table. We've got also Charles Schaefer. He's our special teams coach. And, Coach Schaefer came over from Lamar last year, and, Lamar had a lot of success over there, won state championships over there. So, he brings, and then he's a veteran coach, been coaching for a while. So, he kind of brought in a new wrinkle, new element, some fresh ideas to our program. And, so, like I said, I really appreciate what he's done. He works with our secondary, and does it. I told you kind of we were going to be looking at some different things, coverage wise. It's a lot of these are ideas that he brought with to us, and so we've implemented a lot of them. So, like I said, he's done a great job, and if I kind of had to say what he brings to the table, like I said, it's just fresh new ideas. It's as I always say, sometimes you got to have a little bit of fresh blood in your program, and he's brought that. We've got Turk Stovall. The great thing about our staff is everybody just gets along, and we just enjoy being around each other. From when we're watching film, and sometimes film watching get monotonous, but we keep a level of still enjoying it, because I think we just all enjoy being around each other so much. Well, first of all, he goes to the booth for us. He's our booth guy, and he did a great job. He's just first of all, it's kind of guy you call you. He's just a coach. He's competitive, and he gives us fresh eyes. A lot of times, sometimes as football coaches, you get yourself so focused into things. But like I said, he brings a fresh set of eyes, and did a great job for us last year. Last year's first year for him to be in the booth for us, and I can't remember what game it was. He just kind of said, "Hey, look, if y'all will do this, you'll score," and so we did it. And we scored. So He got my respect after that night, but like I said, does a great job for us up in the booth. We've got Robbie Robertson. He does a lot of junior high stuff, and Robbie does a lot of filming. And this year, we've got a kind of we've got a new toy. We've got a drone. You'll see a drone out there this year, and he has gone and got his license and does a great job with the drone. So. Like I said, he does a really good job, hard worker, and he helps us at practice with film and practice and organization on that part. And then we've got Stacey Harris. Everybody in town knows him as Tater. If I say Stacey Harris, I think I got a new coach. Tater's always there. Just a lot of support and helps us out where we need it. So yeah, like I said, it's been a coach staff I've been around for a while, but I really enjoy him.
Well, good. Well, tonight, just a little bit, we'll be out on that turf facing Jackson Academy. It's a team that, of course, plays in 6A, a class up from Leake, and they also have a game in their hip pocket as they got off to kind of a slow start against Bio last week, who we'll see, I think, in week 3 of the season. But JA ended up dominating that game 45-0, didn't allow Bio more than about 30 yards of total offense. So I know that defensive unit, particularly their defensive line, got your attention.
They do a great job. They're a 4-man front, but they're very multiple with it. They give you a lot of different looks, a lot of different movements, stunts, coverages. So they do a lot of, you have to really be prepared for when you get on the field. Our kids got to be mentally alert for everything that they do, and they're just a defense. You got to take what they give you. You can't force stuff on them. You can't take advantage of plays. You have to take what they give you and be very patient with that style of defense, because like I said, it'll get you frustrated, but you have to be patient with it. And like you talk about the all aspects of the game, that's what's going to take Friday night. We're going to have to, be very mentally alert and disciplined on offense. Defense, we're going to have to fly to the football. And then, special teams is, I think you said and especially we've got to put us in good situations, and they say if we can end every possession with a kick, then we're doing exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, and last week JA certainly showed they've got the ability to be physical on offense. They had 2 running backs that went over 100 yards, and each had a couple of scores. I know they're going to want to try to come out, and would expect them to try to be physical against them.
Yeah, their running backs are very impressive. They got good speed and they are physical. So that's it's a deadly combination when you're playing somebody. But these guys can get on the edge and get going. They can get on the edge and break tackles. So like I said, 2 very talented running backs you got back there. They've got a good solid receiving core. So match that intensity and match that physicalness, and when they get to these running backs, they're going to wrap them up. They can't just arm tackle them and hope for the best.
All right, well, Coach, one more question before we wrap this up, and I don't even know if there's so much Friday night football excitement going on. I'm not even sure our phone connection can handle it all. But final question: what's the big message that you put to the team tonight as when they head out of the locker room in a few minutes? What's the big thing you want to tell this team about taking the field in week 1?
Well, I think week 1 speaks for itself. This is what they've been preparing for. Back when we entered the playoffs and went to our off season, they all knew that this is what they're building up to. This is what you're working out for. And they've practiced, they've run, they've lifted, and they've done all that in preparation for this. So as far as as a message, I think that I think that's pretty much in their heads, that they're excited to get out here tonight. They're excited to take the field, for this year. I think they've all been looking forward to it. As a team, I think they've been, after last year, I think they realized what they did at the end of the season, and I think they've been excited to get back on the field and, just to start it over again. And so, like I said, I think a lot of it goes back to that, that self-motivation. I think, their self-motivation is going to be biggest factor tonight. That they want to be out there, they want to get after it, and they want to see what their 2024 team can do.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing that unfold with the 7 o'clock kickoff. And thank you so much, Coach Brian Pickens, and good luck to you and the Rebels against JA tonight.
Well, thank you.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. The clock's ticking towards 7 o'clock. When we come back from the break, we'll get you set with the starting lineups. We'll introduce the new member of our broadcast team and preview tonight's game. Rebels and Raiders coming up. Stay with us as the Wendy's pregame rolls on.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Wendy's without the Wendy's app is like nugs without the sauce. Or a Frosty without the fries. Or a hamburger without the fresh beef. No! Level up. Get the app to order ahead, order delivery, earn free food, and get app-exclusive offers. One app, all the Wendy's.
Offer for a limited time at participating Wendy's. Terms apply. App registration required. Fresh beef available in contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Wendy's pregame rolls on from the Brickyard in Jackson. Leake Academy and Jackson Academy get ready to, open the 2024 season for the Rebels. We'll talk about in a minute. Already one game in the books for the home team. But we want to remind you, you can watch tonight's broadcast on the Triple M Motors video stream. That's available at kicks96news.com. Link is there in the news stories. We're powered by Central Electric Power Association. And welcome back, Billy Steen, for another year as our studio engineer. And special thanks to our friend Brian Eubank and the Raider Network. They're supplying us their video feed tonight from the camera above us on the press box. We appreciate that little bit of help. And we just plugged in their video stream for tonight's broadcast. I'm Philip Palmertree, and I'm grateful to be with you for fourth season as voice of Leake Academy football. And let's get straight to the starting lineups. They're presented by The Junction and Prince Oil. Junction locations all over Mississippi: Philadelphia, Louisville, Union, Macon, Scuba, Carthage, Oxford, Ridgeland, and in Newton. Let's get the Rebel offense set for you. Touching the ball first is going to be the center. The center is Connor Moore, junior at 5'10", 255. The guards, Mick Pucklich on the left side, senior, 6 tall, 245. At right guard, Tanner Walsworth, the sophomore, who goes 6 tall, 227. The tackles, left side, Hayden Jenkins, 6'1", 228, senior. And then John Wyatt King at right tackle, junior, 5'11", 255. We may see a lot of action also from Sean McDill at that right tackle position, so we're going to announce both of them as starters. Sean, a senior, he's 5'10", 264. Tight end and H-back, Major Chandler, sophomore, and dare I say it, he's bigger than he was last year. And he was a load last year, 6'2", 230. Sophomore will play H-back and tight end for the Rebel offense. Looking at the receivers, Mathen Weaver, catch 22, senior, 6 tall, 150. Then also Major Chandler. Looking at Jack Harkins, senior, 5'11", 140. Matthew Nowell, also a senior, 5'10", 140. Pretty impressive group of wide receivers for L.A. Starting at running back, Garrett Adcock, sophomore, 5'9", 145, but we'll also get some heavy doses of John David Gill, who's a 5'9", 157-pound junior. And at quarterback, QB1, back for his junior year, 6'2", 215 pounds. All he did last year was throw for 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns off 9 interceptions, rushed for 7 touchdowns, and he's only gotten better. So that's a look at the Rebel offense. The specialists got new long snapper and holder. Jack Harkins will be holding. And then long snapper Tanner Walsworth stepping into that position, and Matthew Nowell back for his senior season, 3rd year as place kicker and punter. For the defense, up front in the middle, Alex McDill at nose guard, 6 tall, 239, a senior. At defensive tackle, Hagan Bobo, 3rd year starting on the Rebel defensive front, 6'1", 240. He is hard to handle. Owen Hitt, a lot of experience out there at defensive end, a 6 tall, 181-pound defensive end, a senior. And then the other defensive end, I always have trouble finding these when I need them. There it is, Pete Peebles, senior, 6 tall, 195. The linebackers, Kobe Kemp, the leading returning tackler off last year's squad, a junior, 5'11", 200. He can thump. And going to need him tonight. Carter Pigg in the middle, junior, getting a first start there, 5'8", 203 pounds. And then Tyler Winstead, who's moved up to strong safety, 5'10", 160. Roverback is Braden Welch. He's sort of a hybrid linebacker and safety for the Rebels. Junior at 5'10", 135. The cornerbacks, Joshua Gray, junior, 5'11", 141. And then Matthew Nowell will be at free safety, 5'10", 140. Jack Harkins at strong safety, 5'11", 140. And then I think I've just got to call one more cornerback, and I think I've got it, or maybe I've just hit the thing. It's a little out of order, but I think that's got it. That's your Leake Rebels starting lineups for tonight, offense, defense, and special teams, and presented by your friends at Prince Oil. All right, we're getting closer to kickoff here in Jackson. And Rebel fans, once again this year, Rosebud General Store is honoring the late old ball coach Gilbert Barham by endowing the Gilbert Barham Color Commentator's Chair. And we got a new occupant of that distinguished chair. He's making his LA sports debut tonight. He is Sam Rigby. Sam's a Kosciuszko native. He's working on a master's degree at Mississippi State, has broadcast experience with 2 schools that he's graduated from, Kosciuszko High School and Holmes Community College. And Sam, let me welcome you to Leake Academy football.
Pleasure to be here, Philip. Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. All right, it's finally here, Sam. Week 1 ball game for the Rebels, and they're playing a team that, as Coach and I talked about, already has a ball game under their belt in JA, a 6A team, regular contender in that tough division. It's going to be a tall order for the Rebels tonight in first game.
Oh, indeed. They've got JA does a lot of running the football. That's what their identity is on offense, and it starts with Amari and Ellis with 1,000 rushing yards last year and 13 touchdowns. And just last week against Bio Academy, when JA won their first game of the season last week, 45-0 against Bio, Amari and Ellis had 139 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. And also with Kingston Mays, another running back in that backfield that comes in for Amarian with 10 carries, 113 yards, and 3 touchdowns last week. So the identity on offense for Jackson Academy is they want to run the football and they want to get it going early. But on defense, it's a whole different animal up front with Darion Albert with 20.5 tackles for loss and 7 sacks last year. And as a sophomore and as a junior this year, he started last week against Bio with 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack. And also on the outside on the edges for that defensive line is junior defensive end T.J. White and senior defensive end Parker Halford. 24/7 Sports has Darion Albert and T.J. White ranked as number 13 and 15th ranked players in the state for the class of 2026 as juniors. So it's a lot up front for the defensive line for Jackson Academy this upcoming season.
The captains have made their way to the midfield logo, and we're about to have the coin toss. Sam's going to keep his eye on that while I take a moment and tell you about other games going on. It's only MAIS action tonight. Public schools get started next week. Some public schools doing jamborees tonight, but they'll start their week 1 next week. Escambia Academy in Alabama playing at Starkville. Pillow at Lee. Heritage plays at Winston. PCS moves west on 84, and they go play at Columbia Academy. St. Aloysius at ACCS. Of course, ACCS won the 5A football championship on this field last year. Bio Academy, opponent in 2 weeks. They're playing at Washington School. MRA traveling up to Senatobia to play Magnolia Heights. Hartfield at Brookhaven Academy. Newton County Academy playing at Prentice Christian. And Canton Academy visits Carroll. That's a look at some games we'll try to follow tonight and tell you about as best we can. Sometimes it's hard to get the MAI scores. It's easier to get the public school scores than the private school scores. But, Sam, tell us about the coin toss.
Well, Jackson Academy won the toss, and they chose to defer to the second half, so the Rebels are going to start out with receiving the ball here, kicking off the season.
Okay, I didn't ask Coach Pickens about it, but I have to think that's not a bad thing in Leake's view. To go ahead and get that offense out there and see what they can do against this stout Raider defensive front. And so that's a matchup to watch tonight. Of course, what as Coach and I talked about, Sam, what I think Leake wants to do tonight, certainly you got to complete passes. That's essential in this offense. But I think Leake's ability to do that against this defensive front, defensive 7, is going to depend on how well they can run the ball.
It's all going to start up front with that offensive line, just creating space. Forward George Wilcox get the ball out early to his receivers on the outside. And really, if they want to, they can dominate the run as well.
All right, we got more of the Wendy's pregame coming up for you in just a minute after we return from the break. We are getting just 5 minutes before the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. So football is 5 minutes away, folks. So stay with us as we step aside. We'll come back and wrap up our pregame, and we'll get you set for Leake and Jackson Academy. Stay with us as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage. Chipley's Squareview Inn. It's the experience you're looking for. Whether it's a wedding, holiday party, business dinner, or weekend getaway, Chipley's Squareview Inn can accommodate an array of services. So, when you're planning your event or special occasion, book your stay at airbnb.com or give us a call at 601-741-8215. Whether it's our beautiful rooftop, our elegant reception area, or our lavish hotel rooms, it really is the experience you're looking for. Chipley's Squareview Inn is located at 109 North Pearl Street in Carthage.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff in full gear. Action mode here from Jackson. Leake Academy and 6A Jackson Academy about to meet on the football field. Hey, let's throw it over to Sam for our weather and field conditions.
Yeah, Philip. So here at the Brickyard tonight, it is a turf field that the Rebels will be playing on, a little bit different than what we have in Madden, but it's going to be a high 80s in temperature at kickoff, and by the second half, it's going to be down to the low 80s with just a little bit of 30% humidity in the air tonight, also in this turf field.
All right, that's presented by Leake County Co-op, and we appreciate that report. It's a good night to be out, not too hot. I understand it's going to be a lot hotter next weekend, according to the forecast. So, but let's just enjoy what we've got tonight. The Rebels taking the field from the end zone to our left. They're in Navy helmets with the red LA logo on the side, white tops, white pants, Navy numbers, and the UCLA stripes on the jerseys. Rebels down the side of the pants. They'll be taking the far sideline. And JA about to come onto the field for their first home game, which we mentioned to you earlier. They beat Bio 45-0 last week. They'll be coming in from the far corner on our right side with Navy helmets, Navy jerseys. I believe those are white numerals, and white pants with silver trim. Got kind of a new look with a new coach this year. It's Coach David Duggan, Massachusetts native. He was at JA as defensive coordinator just a couple of years ago, but the rest of his career he's been at the collegiate level. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but he and his family like it down here in Mississippi, so they seize the opportunity to come back. It's been kind of a revolving door the last few years with football coach at JA, but they really like what Coach Duggan brings. I've been impressed with all the things that I've read and seen about him. Hey, Boswell Media Sports weekly football pick'em contest, Kicks Picks. It's back on Kicks96news.com. And if you get the most picks right, then you're our weekly winner. You take home a gift certificate from Ingram Steak and Seafood in Carthage. They're the official Football Friday food stop. Get the most correct picks throughout the season. We'll be in full gear next week with college and action, as well as public and private school picks. If you're a cumulative winner through the years, I love to use the word cumulative in the pregame, you can win a Pro 780 Traeger pellet grill from Ozark Ag in Carthage. Remember, Kicks Picks must be submitted before 6 p.m. each Friday, but it is free. It's always fun. And it's Kicks Picks. All right, Sam, this is enough talking. It's time to see some high school football in this Friday night tradition. We've enjoyed some unseasonably cool period that we actually always get about the second or third week in August. William Faulkner wrote eloquently about that. It's just a thing. The Rebels are taking the field down to our right. Mathen Weaver and Garrett Adcock will be in deep receiving position for LA. Waiting the kick from Rhett Robinson. They had a couple of youngsters kicking. Yeah, I see Robinson taking the field now from the near sideline for JA. Most of the field now in shade as the sun sets over kind of behind us and to our left. The right side of the field where the Rebels kickoff team is still in the sunlight, but the lights are on at the Brickyard. Glad you've joined us on Cruising 98.3 with the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Here we go with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. We have waited, by my count, 40 weeks.
40 weeks too long.
For this, and 40 long weeks. Robinson has it teed up. Right-footed kicker. Ready to swing that leg. Here he comes. Little pooch kick over to the near sideline. End over end. Taken by Matthew Nowell at the 29. He's going to duck toward the sideline on the near side and get to the 34 before he's wrapped up. So Leake will start on offense here in this first quarter, presented by Carthage Collision Center. First possession of the ball game. Leake under the field direction of George Wilcox. And they'll come straight from the sideline after talking to offensive coordinator Cody Burns. Ball on the left hash, 34-yard line. Here we go, four-man front for the Raiders. Look like they're manning up on receivers on the outside, two to each side for the Rebels. Adcock the back at the right hip of Wilcox, who throws on first down. Quick completion for a short gain to Weaver. Right along the hash between the 37-38-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3, maybe 4. Yeah, it looks like they said we'll call it 4 to the 33. And they'll get to the line quickly, same formation. This time the handoff goes to Adcock. He's going to spin, get close to the 40, but then he'll get sort of slung backwards.
Yeah, it was Foster Meacham in there on the tackle for the Raiders after getting stopped in the middle. Just got to try to bounce outside and just got wrapped up real quick on Adcock.
3rd and 4 for the Rebels. Long 4, just short of the 40-yard line. Pressure looks like it may be coming from the edges from the Raiders. Wilcox recognizes it. Plenty of time on the play clock. He takes a belt-high snap, looking to the left, throwing to the sideline. Looks like it's going to be a little high, intended for Nowell, incomplete, and that will bring up a punt. And Sam, Coach Pickens talks about this with the passing game. Early in the game, sometimes there's a little bit of adrenaline pumping through those young men's veins, and those passes go a little bit hot, a little bit long.
Oh, for sure. First game of the season, always trying to get the jitters out. And he was looking downfield for Matthew Nowell on that one. Now Matt Nowell's got to come back and punt this ball away to the Raiders.
Good coverage from J.A. there. They had it well covered. He tried to throw it about 20 yards or so up the field, but here's Nowell standing at his 25. He'll kick to John Thomas standing in the middle of the field at his 25. Ball comes in on one hop, but no rush. Kicks a low kick that wobbles, hits at the 30, and will turn toward the far sideline and roll out of bounds at the 27. No score between Leake and J.A. There's a little bit of hot tempers flaring out there along the 45.
It looked like a late hit on the Rebels. Didn't really see who it was, but Raider fans were not real happy about that one.
10:53 to go, first quarter. As J.A. comes off the sideline under the direction of a talented quarterback. Back for a second year, Carter Matheson. Carter set the school record for passing last year, but he was, we learned earlier in the afternoon, he was still that was only 5th best in the 6A division. But from a shotgun set, Matheson going to keep on an option read, get to the 35 outside, breaks a tackle. He looked like he was heading off for a touchdown, but he stepped out of bounds in front of the Rebel bench at the 42. But that's going to be a pickup of 15 and a Jackson Academy first down.
Yeah, just a read option right there by Matheson, trying to fool the Rebels defense and got the open look down the sideline for a good gain by Carter Matheson.
42-yard line, left hash, 2 receivers to each side. Handoff goes to Amarian Ellis, and the Rebels don't let him go anywhere. In fact, they say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it. Saw a lot of Rebels in there. Alex McDill and Hagan Bobo, interior linemen, leading the charge. But they were not alone. So 2nd and 10. Ball right in the middle of the width of the playing field. 3 wide receivers now to the left. Matheson takes a chest-high snap, looks to his left, now being chased to his right, fakes, and then loses his balance, ducks underneath, and goes down for a loss of 3 at the 39.
Yeah, that was a good job by Grayson McDonald, the linebacker right there. He's kind of the quarterback spy watching Matheson the whole time and caused Matheson with the bumped outside that he was right there to slow him down.
Yeah, Grayson McDonald in there. We're going to see a lot of him tonight, senior. He was not listed in the list of starters we were given, but knowing as much as he played last year, we were going to see lots of him tonight. And Carter Pigg is not in there. They moved Kobe Kemp to the middle, but 3rd and long play. Pocket breaks down. Running for his life is Matheson. He gets tripped up by McDonald and dives forward just past the 45, and that'll bring up a 4th down for JA, and their punt team comes off the sideline. So after giving up 1 first down, the Rebels stiffen and force the punt.
Yeah, these defenses putting on a good show early against both of these high-powered offenses of Jackson Academy and Leake.
Now Owl and Weaver step just inside their 20-yard line, awaiting the punt. Robinson boots it with his right foot. It's a low kick. Hits at the 30. Weaver will run near it, but not to it. And JA will let it roll just inside the 20, and Leake will start there. Each team's had the ball once. No score. 8:53 to play first quarter. First quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center. Remember tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. Now just about all of the field in shadows, except the scoreboard in the end zone down to our right. Massive scoreboard and video board that they debuted when Leake came here 2 years ago. And I'm sure the Leake Academy administration would welcome a donation to do something like that in Madden. But that's another topic for another time. 1st and 10, handoff. Adcock won't find anywhere to go. Tried to move around the left side, but nothing doing there as TJ White and also Parker Halford, senior defensive lineman, just wouldn't let him turn the corner. And we have the benefit of watching a lot of these plays again on a screen above us.
Looked like Adonis Terry hopped in there too to swallow him up in the middle for the Raiders.
2nd and 10, no gain on that play. Ball at the right at the 20. Wilcox will move Adcock to his left hip. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Throw intercepted at the 26. Coming inside the 20. Foster Meacham just read the eyes of Wilcox perfectly and reached up, picked off that pass, returns it to the Leake 22.
Yeah, Meacham had his eyes on Wilcox. He was watching the whole time, and Wilcox was over the middle looking for Jack Harkins on that one, but Meacham was right there to intercept it for the Raiders on that possession.
So now the first mistake of the ball game made, and the Raiders are going to try to grab an early lead in their second possession as they're set up at the Rebel 22. 8:05 to play in the first quarter. The Rebel defense put in a tough position now.
Yeah, backs against the wall right here for the Rebels. Let's see how they can hold up in this situation.
They'll run quarterback power up the middle. Little bit of daylight across the 20, down near the 18-yard line, maybe the 17 for Matheson. Braden Welch lowered his shoulder in there, and also Alex McDill helping him make the tackle. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. They'll send 1 wide receiver, Jamarian Jackson, out to the left, 2 out to the right. Have a tight end set to the left. Hand it off to Ellis, looking for room up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, goes to the 15 inside the 10, and he tumbles down there. Kobe Kemp able to trip him up, but that's a Raider first down. They're operating inside the David Barham Insurance red zone. Ball looks like it's set just inside the 10, so we call it 1st and goal. Matheson set that same alignment last play. 4-man defensive front for LA. Ellis gets the handoff, steps to the inside, pushing inside the 5 and wrestled down at the 3. Maybe the 4. As may say his knee went down there. We've always got the tough angle here to see that play.
It looked like he fell forward a little bit and should be around the 3-yard line on that run.
McDonald and McDill making a tackle. They're saying it's on the 3. It sure looks like the 4. Looking at the scoreboard. Anyway, regardless, it's 2nd and goal, and Leaks can't give much more ground here. They bring in an extra lineman. Looks like they're rolling out to the left. Matheson going to toss it underneath, but over the hands of the intended receiver, Matt Thomas, incomplete. The Rebels had that read well. Joshua Gray saw what was happening, and he was right there to right in the hip pocket of the receiver, so 3rd and goal.
And Tyler Winstead on the pressure to Matheson right there, forcing a good incompletion.
He tried to stretch the field laterally there. Wouldn't be surprised to see the ball go into Amarian Ellis's hands right here on 3rd and goal from just inside the 4.
Yeah, you would think that's what the Rebels were thinking on this one, is that 2 in blue is going to be the one with the ball in this possession.
Ellis at the left hip of the quarterback, and indeed they hand it to him. He steps back inside, gets a nice cutback, had the wall in front of him, and he goes in for the JA touchdown. So JA strikes first, 6:11 to play in the quarter, and they've got an extra point coming as they took advantage of the Leake intercepted pass. Went 22 yards for the score. Robinson coming to kick out of the hold of Pruitt James, their backup quarterback, who we probably will see.
Yeah, Pruitt came in a couple times early in the game last week against Bio for Jackson Academy, doing some different quarterback runs and different kind of looks to give you from the Raiders on offense.
Snap back, hold down, kick is away, and it is good. 6:11 to go first quarter. Jackson Academy 7, Leake Academy nothing. We'll return with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy football continues.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Taken inside the 10. Mathen Weaver moves to his right, gets over the 20, and grabbed around the ankles by Foster Meacham and put to this artificial turf. So Leake will take over right at the 20-yard line, trailing 7-0.
So yeah, the last drive for the Raiders, that was 5 plays total, 4 runs, and 1 incomplete pass, but it ended with an Amarion Ellis 3-yard touchdown run for the Raiders on that last possession, get them up to 7-0 for Jackson Academy over the Rebels.
That's a a performance therapy reset from Sam. Appreciate that. We have had the heat timeout taken, so we'll step aside with them and come back mid-first quarter, Leake trailing 7-0.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Coming quickly out of the timeout. Rebels complete a pass from the 22 up to the 43, a gain of 21. Wilcox to Nowell, and then a flag comes in at the point of the tackle, but it looks like, let's see what the officials are talking about next to the Rebels huddle. Just a weird time of day, Sam. We've got the sun to our right kind of coming in through the window, and so it makes the field look really dark as it's in shade. But the penalty flag was waved off, so a gain of 21 through the air, Wilcox to Nowell. First play coming out of the heat timeout. We return to action here at JA. Under 6 minutes to play in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Major Chandler in the game as an H-back to the right. Pass on the way, deep right side. There's catch-22, Mathen Weaver, but he can't haul it in at about the 32-yard line. Nick Spratlin, the cornerback, was in coverage for the Raiders. Rebels looked like they had it, but the ball was maybe just hung up in the air a little too long.
Yeah, it didn't take Wilcox long to take that interception off his mind. A deep shot to Nowell and a deep shot to Mathen Weaver for the Rebels on this drive right here.
So they are saying, hey, we want one-on-one matchups with the JA corners early in this ball game. And you're right, Wilcox, County young man who doesn't dwell on the previous play. He's ready for the next one. Takes 2nd and 10, snap short, complete, near midfield. Adcock gets it. Can't writhe and wriggle loose from Rhodes Robinson. Wrapped him up, but the Rebels get 7 on that play and have a 3rd and short. 2 wide receivers to each side now. They move Chandler to the slot on the left and get the hard count, get 2 Raider defensive linemen jumping off sides and pick up the easy first down. That's back-to-back Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first downs for the Rebels. They move it to the 45 in JA territory. So Rebels on the march now. On the left hash, Wilcox claps. Now signals a little to his wideouts, 2 on each side. Hand it off. Adcock can only get about a yard before he is met in the hole and put down by Tyler Lyles, the linebacker. And there's a Rebel down, one of the offensive linemen. McPucklich is down. Timeout taken in his behalf with 5:14 to play in the quarter. We're going to take the timeout with them, and if it's a short timeout, we'll interrupt, come back, and get those sponsors taken care of later. Leake trailing 7-0, 5:14 to go in the first quarter.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280. On the north side of the square in Carthage.
Chipley's Squareview Inn. It's the experience you're looking for.
Come back from, thankfully, a short time on the field. Mitch Pucklich able to walk back to the sideline on his own. The Rebels will substitute at left guard, but 2nd and 9, handoff, dancing around the middle, looking for an opening, but not much there for Adcock as he leans down to the 42 and picks up 2 yards. Couple of Raiders in on that tackle. So a 3rd down, 7 play. And a spy who was put in the game, maybe McDill. Three wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pressure coming from the outside, and Wilcox can't step away from it. He gets sacked back in Leake territory at the 48-yard line, and the Rebels will have to punt.
Yeah, it was T.J. White and Deshaun Chapman in there on the sack for the Raiders on that possession.
A couple of first downs, promising. They got as deep as the 42-yard line in JA territory, but then went backwards on the 3rd down play for the sack. Matthew Nowell will punt from about his 35-yard line when he puts the foot on the ball, and they've got J.A.'s got John Thomas inside the 15. J.A. sets up for the return. Lots of time, high kick, end over end. Thomas will elect to let it hit. And the Rebels surrounded at the 15. Kobe Kemp goes down to his knees and pulls it in. 3:43 to go first quarter. Raiders 7, Leake nothing in this week 1 ball game. The Rebels will be at home next week. They'll be taking on Starkville Academy next week. Starkville going out of state to play Escambia County Academy tonight from Alabama.
Yeah, and here's Pruitt James, and now for the Raiders, coming in for Carter Matheson at quarterback. We said we'd see him here early, and here is Pruitt right now for the Raiders.
4 wide receivers in the formation. James will go on play action, swinging out. Rebels read it well, and there's a tackle for a loss by Jack Harkins. The 14-yard line, loss of a couple. Good job, just open space, one-on-one out there with the running back. A new running back in the game, Josh Dawkins, I think, was the player who caught that pass. Correction, Vaden Taylor. That was Vaden Taylor, 28. I thought it was 20. It's the time in the game when the numbers in the jersey start getting bunched up.
Mm-hmm.
Clock ticking, 3:12, first quarter. Each team has punted, and Rebels have turned it over. Giving up a score was to J.A., who had a short field. Here's a tough running up the middle for short yardage by Amarian Ellis. Rebels get off their blocks, get around it nicely, stop him at the 17, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. So playing field position, be great to get 3rd down play here that forces a punt on 4th down. And figured you'd get the ball near midfield if the Rebels can hold them here. 3 wide receivers and a triangle out to the left, 1 to the right. James to throw, looking left. Pocket breaks down, and he is hit. And he is going to be sacked back at the 10-yard lines. Chipley's square view in sack, first one of the year. And I don't know how many fractions you can divide a sack into, Sam, but
Pruitt got swallowed up in the backfield by a whole lot of Rebels in that backfield.
So Alex McDill was back there. So was Pete Peebles.
And Grayson McDonald, and it was at least 3 other ones. There's a lot of them.
First sack of the night. 4th down from the 11-yard line. From his end zone, Robinson angles it to the right, near sideline. Going to be a short kick that hits at the 35 and just kind of dies right there. And Leake has prime field position here with 1:34 to play in the quarter at the JA 35, trailing 7-0. This is just what you want. Big crowd out here tonight. Leake always travels well. Not a whole lot of empty seats on the visitor side, and that's a big set of bleachers over there. Leake needs to come out of this with some points, Sam, when you got the short field after the sack and the short punt.
Obviously starting off in opponent's territory, you want to capitalize on this great field position for the Rebels right here.
Junior John David Gill in at running back. Seen his first action tonight. Now a split to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Wilcox checks the defense, takes the shotgun snap, throws just a little bit behind Matthew Weaver at the 15 and off his hands, incomplete. They weren't quite together on that one. Weaver had come inside, and that throw was just a little bit to the outside shoulder. He still got his fingertips on it. 2nd and 10. Nowell and Weaver split to the, or Nowell and Harkins rather, split to the right. Major Chandler in to block. H-back, the right side of the line. 2nd and 10. Handoff, Gill has some room to run, and he squirts ahead inside the 30 to the 29. Pick up a 5 on that play. Middle linebacker Tyler Lyles got him to the turf. We're ticking down to 1:10 to play in the first quarter, and Leake's on the move. Now at the Raider 29. Pressure comes from the edge. The handoff goes to Gill. He bounces it out to the 20. Has the first down and more into the David Barham Insurance red zone. Down close to the 15-yard line. Great job of reading the gap there, Sam, and just going where the defender had vacated, coming up to pressure, expecting Leake to throw the ball.
Gill saw that hole and just took off through the hole for open space. Got the Rebels in the red zone right here on this possession.
13 yards on that one for Gill. He'll take the handoff on first down. Find less room to run here, but able to drive forward and push inside the 15 for a gain of about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2. Yeah, they gave him a nice spot to the 14 on the right hash. Adcock comes into the game to replace Gill, who gets a pat on the back from Coach Pickens. Second down, 7. Wilcox hands it to Adcock, who doesn't find anything in the middle, tries to bounce it outside, but really doesn't get anything at all. And J.A. all over that one. Baird Kennedy, the free safety, came up and drove him down. So it'll be 3rd and 7 when we come back. That's the end of the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Our score after 12 minutes, Jackson Academy 7, Leake Academy nothing. Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back in the capital city, fashionable Northeast Jackson, 39211, our zip code tonight. Leaks in the David Barham Insurance red zone. That's a part of the neighborhood they like to be in. They're facing a 3rd and 7 here from the JA 14-yard line. Got to get to the 7 for the first down. Wilcox to throw. Throwing toward the boundary, and flags coming out. He wanted Harkins along the 5-yard line, but a whole lot of handsy activity there from 21, Nick Spratlin, the cornerback.
Yeah, Harkins was trying to get open, but it's hard to get open when you're standing out of bounds from the Raiders defender.
So that's going to be a half the distance penalty. From the 17, that should give, let's see, 17, 8, we had 3rd and 7. That should give Leake a first down. Coach Pickens trying to offer any advice he can to the side judge.
The enforcement is half the distance to the goal. The line of the game is still short.
Oh.
Repeat the down, 3rd down.
Okay, so they did not get the first down, but the Rebels get to play 3rd down over. So it's going to be 3rd and about a foot to go from just outside the 7-yard line. Second quarter of tonight's game presented by Welch Forest Products. 3rd and inches. Now we'll split out to the right, but other than that, it's big bodies in there right now. They'll hand it to Mathen Weaver. He sidesteps one defender, goes straight ahead through a small gap, and falls down inside the 5, and that's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and goal for the Rebels. Darian Albert late getting there. They held him off long enough to allow Mathen Weaver to find a crease and get to the middle, 1st and goal. They're calling it the 5-yard line. They'll flip the formation. Same play again, but Weaver trying to go outside. Gets hit, moving down to the 2, and he's stopped there. Pick up of 3 on the play. So Leake pushing. Good first down gain. 2nd and goal now from the 2. Clock at 11 minutes, 10 seconds. We're not even a minute deep in the quarter. From the shotgun, keeper Wilcox bangs straight ahead. Waiting for a signal. They're going to say he stopped just inches short of the goal line.
Yeah, Rebels really just chipping away, trying to get in that end zone and poke that ball across that goal line, try and get the first touchdown of the 2024 season right here.
I'd have to think where they've set the stick down on the far side, you cannot get much closer to the end zone than George Wilcox was right there. So it is third down and literally about 3 inches, and that's at the most. So the Rebels will put the big formation in there. The heavy set, straight ahead, Wilcox gets into the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. 10:26 to play, and the Rebels are on the board, can tie it with an extra point. Rebels touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Yeah, so on the last drive, the Rebels started out in the good field position inside the 40 in opponent territory, but a couple of completions from George Wilcox to numerous receivers in Matthew Nowell and Mathen Weaver, and a couple of handoffs as well to John David Gill, really pushing the Rebels closer to the end zone to really punch it in towards the goal line to get the touchdown. And it ended with the George Wilcox run from probably 3 inches, a little bit of a stretch out for the first touchdown for the Rebels. And that's the performance therapy reset.
Officially, that goes in as 1 yard. Appreciate that, Sam. Here's Nowell ready to kick it out of the hold of Jack Harkins, and it's plenty high, and it is good. 10:26 to go. We've got a 7-7 game early second quarter. Back after this on Boswell Media Sports.
Wendy's without the Wendy's app is like Nugs without the sauce. Or a Frosty without the fries. Or a hamburger without the fresh beef. No! Level up. Get the app to order ahead, order delivery, earn free food, and get app-exclusive offers. One app, all the Wendy's.
Offer for a limited time at participating Wendy's. Terms apply. App registration required. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the Leake touchdown. Matthew Nowell doing all the kicking this year, punting and place kicking. They'll set the ball down at the 40 near the left hash and kick it off. 10:26 to go, second quarter. Tie game. The Rebels did what JA did in the first quarter, and that was take advantage of a short field. It went 35 yards on that drive. Faced a 3rd and inches situation and just muscled their way across.
Yeah, we really talk about the Rebels' passing offense coming into the season, but it was the rushing that really took control of that drive and got the Rebels on the board here in the second quarter.
You had that big run from John David Gill that got him to about the 17-yard line or so, and set them up in the David Barham Insurance red zone, and the Rebels did not waste the opportunity. Now Nowell ready to kick it. Officials took a extra long time, and we don't mind that. He boots it deep. Going to be taken at about the 9-yard line, up the middle of the field. Scooting across the 30, upended at the 33-yard line is the returner, Kingston Mays. He's their backup running back. We have not seen him yet tonight, but he had a big night last week up in Cleveland.
100 yards, 113 yards last week against Bio, and hasn't really seen him in the first quarter so far, so we'll see what they do in the second quarter. 3
touchdowns. They'll put Carter Matheson back out there at quarterback, and just as we say it, there is Kingston Mays, 5'8", 155-pound sophomore running back. And, boy, he looked good last week.
Real explosive running back is Kingston Mays. Can really burst through for them. The
Raiders hand it to Mays out of the pistol set, but the Rebels clog the middle. Don't allow him much at all. I don't think he got anything on that play. Hagan Bobo stopped it up, got some help from Grayson McDonald, and it's 2nd and 10. Clock winding under 9:52 in the second quarter. They'll put one receiver to the left, two to the right, and an H-back to that side. You may think they want to run that side. They'll roll out Matheson. He'll throw it, and it's nearly picked off at the 40-yard line. Incomplete. Joshua Gray jumped the route, had to dive forward, nearly got it in. Kind of came in at about his neck on the dive. Incomplete.
Really good break by Gray on the ball on that one. Really trying to seal the interception for the Rebels, but just out of reach, and still a great effort by Joshua Gray on that last possession.
Raiders wanted John Thomas out there, but the Rebels had it really nicely covered. Matheson did something that's not characteristic there. I think he really forced one in where I think there was nothing really there. He's sort of been that kind of quarterback who's made his living taking what the defense gives him. 2-by-2 receivers on 3rd and 10. Big possession play here. They'll go on play action. Matheson got pressure in his face. Nowhere to go. Is hit from behind. Throws it into the Rebel sideline. Shy of the line of scrimmage. Rebel coaching staff just pleading for an intentional grounding call, which maybe it should be. The pass did not go beyond the line of scrimmage, Sam.
And Grayson McDonald in there on the pressure to Carter Matheson, really calling his name a lot early in this ball game. He's bringing in a lot of pressure off the edge for the Rebels.
Coach Ray and Coach Pickens not going to get their way on the call, but it's still going to be 4th and 10 and a Raider punt. Rebels send twin safeties back, Weaver and Nowell, standing at their own 36. Here's Robinson. Takes the snap, has time. Long line drive kick, fair caught at the 30 by Weaver. So a nice punt for J.A. Keeps them from getting in trouble in field possession, but it's 9:19 to go in the second quarter, presented by Welch Forest Products. Leake 7 and J.A. 7. I got to tell you, that had to be grounding. I don't know how that didn't get called.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, but it was short. If it was over there, it was close to the line of scrimmage, getting past it.
We don't dwell on missed calls and bad calls, but that was one that could have gotten the Rebels a few more yards. All right, from the left hash, 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Adcock, the running back. Major Chandler in at H-back. Hand off straight ahead, good room to run. 4, maybe 5, they'll say 4. For Adcock on first down, the sophomore had a nice lane to run in, and T.J. White got him at the 34. 2nd and 6 for L.A. Moving left to right, under 9 minutes to play in a tie ball game, first half. Second down, the throw caught at the 38, getting past one defender is Mathen Weaver, and then he gets stood up and pushed into the Rebel sideline. But he's going to pick up the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, gets up to the 41, and Leake's got a fresh set of downs.
And there's catch 22, as you said, right there getting the first down for the Rebels.
Yep, they threw it about a yard or 2 yards short of the stick and just depended on Weaver's athletic ability to get him the first down, which he was able to deliver. Now they put Weaver in the slot on the right side out there with Jack Harkins on the wide side of the field. Go on play action, pump fake, throw into the far sideline, a little short route to Nowell, who catches it. Can't get any extra yardage. Turns upfield and is stopped at about the 49 and the 44 in Leake territory. It'll be 2nd and 6. Good open field tackle from Spratlin.
Yeah, Wilcox was looking for Nowell the whole way on that one. He was eyeballing Nowell down, got the ball up to him for 4 yards.
That's that part of the Leake passing game that kind of functions like a run. Get that quick hitch, quick play, and then sometimes you can, later in the game, you can get that corner to bite on that and throw it deep. Wilcox to throw under pressure up the left sideline, but he just unloads it. He had Spratlin coming from the corner. Looked like he had a couple of other Navy shirts in there, including Jacob Scarborough, pressuring him and throws it away.
Parker Halford off the edge, getting the pressure quick, just like he did last week at Bayou, bringing the pressure to the Rebels on that possession.
3rd down. So far, L.A. has outgained J.A. 69-35 in total offense. But 3rd and 6 here. They have to get right short of midfield to get the first down. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Pressure coming from the outside, but pass unloaded, caught into Raider territory for a first down. Mathen Weaver reaches up to grab it along the left hash, and Leake moves the chains with the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, it looked like a good little drag route right there from Mathen Weaver. Just really got him out in open space and just took the open area he had for the first down for the Rebels on that possession.
He stood tall in that pressure from the 45, 1st and 10. Toss goes right side to Adcock. He turns the corner at the 35, breaks another tackle inside the 30 before he's run out of bounds.
Adcock on the carry for the Rebels.
And he's got a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. They mark it at the 28-yard line, a 17-yard pickup. 7:50, clock stopped here, second quarter. Leake trying to move down and maybe take the lead. On the right hash. Wilcox looks back to the far sideline. Got plenty of time to snap it. Hands it off to John David Gill. But Gill is wrapped up. Don't think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard and a half, maybe 2. Yeah, loss of 2 back to the 30-yard line. And there's that stout defensive front that we talked about in pregame. J.A. shifts some defensive personnel, shuttle some fresh legs into the game. Chandler set as an H-back to the right. Nowell and Weaver split to the left, Harkins to the right. 2nd and 12. Wilcox steps back, wants to throw, put it up toward the end zone. Receiver falls down and had some help, and flags come in from every direction. Inside the 10.
Yeah, I think it's going to be called on Baird Kennedy for pass interference on the Raiders on that one. Just a push in the back on Mathen Weaver. And if the push wasn't there, you could say that 22 could have a chance to get that ball down inside the 10.
Yeah, I think he would have run under it. Probably would be standing in the painted end zone right now. But he got shoved at the 5. That'll be a half the distance penalty. No, it's going to be 15 yards because they're at the 30, but that will be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake. And it moves them at the 15. That's David Barham Insurance red zone territory with 6:56 to go in the second quarter in a 7-7 game. Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby with you. Billy Steen, our studio producer. Week 1 action. Sam and I've got rust. We're not ashamed to admit it.
Not at all.
But Leake looking pretty good here in the first half. 1st and 10. Gill with a handoff. Room to run up the middle. Dragged down at the 5. Jacob Scarborough with a touchdown saving tackle. Gill found room to run, and he just put it in another gear.
Yeah, great read by John David Gill right there, finding the hole in the offensive line and really setting up the Rebels.
And he takes it on 2nd and 1, falls forward after getting hit for the first down, goes inside the 5. Well, we'll mark it at the 5, it looks like, just a step inside, but that's going to be Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first and goal for the red and blue. So Leake mixing up the run and the pass well, and it really has been, Sam, some successful runs that have set up the Rebels' trips into Raider territory.
Yeah, big runs by both Adcock and Gill for the Rebels, setting them up on this drive.
From the right hash, 1st and goal. Handoff Adcock, but boy, quick to the play is Darion Albert. You can see why that young man's got 9 Division I offers, and it's there's a lot of top 20 type programs that have offered him a chance to play defensive tackle at the next level. You could see that speed there. He caught Gill from behind.
Yeah, really quick on the inside by Albert on that one.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and goal from the 7. Shift Adcock, who's the running back now, to the right hip, and there's Wilcox to throw, throwing toward the pylon, too high for Nowell. Just at the far left corner of the end zone at the goal line, incomplete. 3rd and 7 coming up for Leake.
Yeah, Nowell had him beat on that outside corner, but it was just a little too high for Nowell to make that grab.
And you gotta still be impressed. That throw was from the right hash over to that corner, and he didn't miss by a lot.
Oh, for sure.
3rd down play. Here we go. Going to throw a little Houston screen. Caught inside the 5, trying to get to that painted line, but coming up short. Tackled at the 2. is Leake's Matthew Nowell.
Seward and Dawkins for the Raiders.
Joshua Dawkins made the tackle. The Rebels had that pass out to the numbers and then cut back to the inside. Had the couple of blocks set up, but could not get it closer than the 2. So it's 4th and goal from the 2. Coach Pickens going to come out and looks like he's going to let the play clock run down and call a timeout. Rebel timeouts presented by Small Town Rental. We're going to keep the action right here, as the officials have not had a lot of practice. Sometimes, Sam, they cut us short on timeouts, and we don't want any fans to miss anything here on a 4th and 2 play from the 2. Let's see, they're still running the clock. Down to 4:37, and that's where the Small Town Rental timeout gets called. Leake 7, JA 7. Rebels have a 4th and 2 coming up right here, and this gives us a chance again to say thank you for watching us tonight on the Triple M Motors video stream, a link available at the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. And to remind you, the Rebels are home next week, 7 o'clock kickoff against Starkville Academy. And Sam and I plan to be there. If you can't be there, we'll tell you about it. And join us on Cruising 98.3 and the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. What do you think so far, Sam? We're past the midway point of the second quarter, and Leake standing toe-to-toe with a 6A ball club.
I mean, you've seen a lot of Leake tonight. Really, they've used the clock to their advantage, chewing up a lot of clock here in the second half, keeping that Jackson Academy offense off the field, not giving a lot of opportunities for Amari and Ellis, and that running attack for the Raiders to really keep them on the sideline. And that's really, instead of running up the scoreboard like Leake does with the high-power, deep shot offense, they're really just using up a lot of the clock in the field to use it to their advantage.
And Mitch Pucklich has been back in the game at left guard. Here we go, 4th and 2. The Rebels having a little personnel problem. Got to run in somebody off the sideline, and Leake's going to have to burn another timeout. So some of the stuff you try to make sure you got tied up and buttoned up in week 1, but didn't happen there. And if I didn't go to timeout before, I'm certainly not going to do it now.
Yeah, it looked like on that possession they had Major Chandler in the backfield for the Rebels instead of Adcock or John David Gill. And they were brought in the big man, Major Chandler. So,
yep, they may just want to, maybe planning to go just straight up muscle. Up the middle, 2 yards away from pay dirt. Stay with us for the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. Sam and I are going to give a detailed breakdown of this first half, and the decision has been made on the LA sideline, Sam, to attempt the field goal here. It's going to be a 20-yard attempt for Nowell out of the hold of Jack Harkins. Ballsworth to snap it. Snap, hold, kick, up, away, and it sure looks good. It is 4:31 to play in the first half, and LA takes the lead 10-7. We'll be back after this with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy football continues.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Boswell Media Sports.
Rebels in white coming off the far sideline. To the Leake crowd starting to make a little noise over there as they've seen the boys from Madden take a 10-7 lead over Jackson Academy with 4.5 minutes to play before we get to the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. But Nowell's teeing it up. Raiders put 2 men back deep. Looks like 22 Kingston Mays, and trying to see the other. 42, yeah, Jaden Hulbert. We haven't called his name tonight. JA does not have as many on the roster as they usually have, but what they lack in quantity, they make up for in quality. Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Deep kick straight down the middle of the field. Mays with it at the 8. Across the 20, the 25, 30, and then gets his legs chopped out from under him. As he crosses the 30, he hits shoulder first on the ground at the 32.
See, on that last drive for the Rebels, they started out at their own 30-yard line and took 68 yards to go down the field in 13 plays, chewing up 4 minutes, 49 seconds of the clock. Some big runs by Garrett Adcock, a 17-yard run by Adcock, and a pass interference penalty on Matthew Weaver that really set up the Rebels offense for that 20-yard field goal by Matthew Nowell, and that's the performance therapy reset for you.
1st and 10. Play action, little play fake, little screen out to the left side, but the Rebels read it well. Tackle made after a gain of about 4 yards. Braden Welch, Jack Harkins, and Grayson McDonald all sniffed it out and tackled John Thomas. Had him out there with a blocker on the corner, Harkins, but good lateral pursuit by Leake. 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Matheson, another play fake. Quick throw to the slot. Pass caught. Breaking out the open to the 50, the 40. Tripped up at the 35, maybe down to the 34-yard line. Had a defender right there, Sam, but the receiver caught it and then just broke loose. I think that was Parker Orr, 6'2", sophomore.
Yeah, John Thomas.
It was John Thomas, thank you. Yeah.
On the reception on that one, just a little 5-yard out route, got out in open space and really went down the field and got a chunk play for the Raiders on that one.
So they moved to the 33. I think that's about 33 yards or so on that gain. Some near about that. Yeah. From the right hash. Another play action. This time chased out to his right is Matheson, and he'll just toss it over the head of Thomas on a little short out route as the Rebels had Grayson McDonald breathing down Matheson's neck. 2nd and 10, 3:13 to go. Rebels 10, Raiders 7. It would be a really big answer for JA to get points here after the Rebels take the lead. So I think this is a critical defensive possession here for the Rebels. 2nd and 10 from the Leake 33. Matheson will hand it to Ellis. Nothing to the outside. Juts back to the inside and still breaking through tackles. Gets a nice gain inside the 30. Put down on his back at the 27-yard line. Owen hit. Hagan Bomo looked like they were in the action there.
Yeah, it was 3 straight passing plays for the Raiders right from the kickoff, and then handed off to Ellis right there for a big gain for the Raiders.
Gain of 6 down to the 27. So 3rd and 4. Clock ticking, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. 2 wideouts to each side. Ellis, the running back. Wouldn't be surprised to see them hand it to him. That's what they do. He's got room to run, has the first down inside the 20, inside the 15, still breaking tackles inside the 10 and down at the 3. He just broke tackle after tackle and gets them inside the David Barham Insurance red zone, 1st and goal. They're here at the line quickly trying to pick up the tempo. Again, Ellis straight ahead, and he is in the painted end zone for a JA touchdown with 2:12 to go. And they retake the lead.
Yeah, so on that drive, it was 3 passing plays for the Raiders. The big one to John Thomas really set him up in Rebel territory, and then ended off with 2 in blue, Amari and Ellis for another touchdown on the night for Ellis, his 2nd of the night.
Extra point from Robinson is good with 2:12 to go before half. Raiders back in front, 14-10. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew
What
at
is
Central
the
Mississippi
value of
Animal
an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
If you love sports, get in the game by getting In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, puts you in the game with personalized jerseys and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports has the cheer uniforms you're looking for, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports also believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Be the fan you've always wanted to be with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Rebels, Gage Bennett catches a pooch kick at the 32-yard line at the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the JA score.
Yeah, so a recap of the last drive for the Raiders with the big reception by John Thomas for Jackson Academy to set the Raiders up in Rebel territory, and really ended it off with Amarian Ellis for his second touchdown of the night. 54 yards on the night for Amarian Ellis, 2 touchdowns. And that is your performance therapy reset as the Rebels come back on offense.
2:12 to play before halftime. Leake at their own 33. Left hash. Back to throw with some extra protection there is Wilcox throwing up deep, but can't get to it at the JA 40. Mathen Weaver, intended receiver. Couple of JA DBs with him, Baird Kennedy and Foster Meacham, trying to bracket. Catch 22, Mathen Weaver, pass incomplete. Raiders 14, Leake 10.
Second down, 2 minutes to go in the half.
Garrett Adcock, the running back, on the left hip of junior quarterback George Wilcox. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Again, the Rebels to throw. Throw kind of off the back foot, but caught at the 45, and momentum carrying Matthew Nowell out of bounds, but not before he picks up about 12 yards in the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. 1st and 10 for the Rebs.
Yeah, real good throw and catch there from Wilcox to Nowell. Really hit him on that outside edge for Nowell, just where he can hit it, just where Nowell can get the ball and set the Rebels up again.
You see Wilcox's arm strength there. He was not, didn't have his feet perfectly set there, but boy, he put it on a line to the sideline to Nowell. 1st and 10. Wilcox claps twice, takes a thigh-high snap. Throwing up the left sideline, 101 there, and pass knocked away at about the 20-yard lines. It looked like 20-yard line. Looked like he wanted Nowell down there, but 101 coverage from Rhodes Robinson.
Coverage by Robinson for the Raiders.
Yeah, Robinson was right on top of that ball for Nowell to go up there and get a good coverage by Robinson on the Raider coverage.
We'll remind you that Total Pain Care is a wellness sponsor for Rebel Athletics. 7 locations, including one right there at the hospital in Philadelphia. TotalPainCare.org. 2nd and 10. Nowell in motion, slot right toward the left side of the formation. Wilcox to throw on 2nd and 10. Chase from the pocket, left side, looking, going to keep it, and he forced out of bounds right along the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got anything.
Yeah, Parker Halford on the pressure on the outside to force George Wilcox out of the pocket, but good job by Wilcox to avoid the sack and keeping positive yards for the Rebels.
Yeah, they actually give him about a foot. No, we'll call it 3rd and 10. They keep moving the stick to the left. So 3rd and 10 from the Leake 46 with 1:46 to play in the Welch Forest Products second quarter from the Brickyard. 1 wide receiver, Nowell out to the left. Harkins and Weaver to the right. Snap back to Wilcox, looking to his left, throwing up the sideline, and it's off the hands of a defender, incomplete. They were set up in a deep zone back there, Sam, and it looks like Deshaun Chapman.
Chapman on the coverage, but it was really Matthew Nowell really playing defense to avoid another interception for George Wilcox, but a good job by Nowell to make it an incompletion.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know if they were playing 2 deep or 3 deep there, but because if it was too deep, he just read Wilcox's eyes and drifted over to the sideline. Plenty of time to make a play on that ball and deflect it. So 4th down, Nowell to punt. So J.A. will get it back with about 90 seconds to play in the half. And they're going to be trying to go after some points before we head to the locker room. Back to Nowell. No rush. Low kick. And it's drift off to the left, but then angle back in bounds. I thought it was going out of bounds around the 30, but it makes a nice Rebel roll to the 16, 17-yard line, and that's where J.A. will take over, leading 14-10 with 1:29 to play before we get to the halftime break. So you'd have to think J.A. might want to try to get a chunk play or two. Get in field goal range at the least, so the Rebel DBs need to be on their toes. And the Rebels have had a good pass rush tonight against Matheson and James. So maybe it's an opportunity to get a sack, and Leake's got 1 timeout. JA's got 2. No, they have all 3, excuse me. That's kind of a sort of game reset here from the 17. 3 wide receiver set. Excuse me, 4 wide receiver set. Matheson throws to the slot man, complete at the 25. Stays on his feet and tripped up at the 30. Matthew Nowell able to hang on to the feet.
Yeah, Baden Taylor on the reception on that one.
Taylor, yeah. Taylor had a nice night last week against Bio. Caught a lot of passes in the second half, but they pick up 13 on that play and get a first down. Back quickly with 1:12 to play. They're going to throw the sideline, have a man open, but then the hit shoulder from Matthew Nowell knocks it loose from Parker Orr, who had that ball in his 2 hands. Now,
yeah, Parker Orr, you can see his eyes probably got a little more bigger than when he saw that ball in there, but now it came out of nowhere and just really just blindsided him and forced the incompletion on that throw.
I'm going to put his right shoulder into the left side of Orr and dislodge the ball at the Rebel 40-yard line. Joshua Gray kind of turned him loose there, but Nowell got over there in time to make the play on the ball. Rebels avoid disaster right there, 2nd and 10. Stepping up in the pocket, now taking off is Matheson, 35, and he'll angle out of bounds, short of the line to gain for the first down at the 38. Picks up 8 and leaves the Raiders with 3rd and 2 with 1:01 to play. Raiders leading 14-10 here in the second quarter, presented by Welch Forest Products. Marion Ellis, the running back. They're going to throw again. They throw it to the slot man along the line of scrimmage. Makes a move on Welch. Gets to the 45, to the 50, and then gets corralled, spun around, and Jack Harkins gets the receiver, Baden Taylor, out of bounds in Rebel territory, about a yard deep. So that's a 1st and 10 now for JA. 54 seconds to go.
Yeah, 2 10-plus yard gains on Baden Taylor's receptions on this drive for the Raiders.
They got it at the left hash, send 2 receivers out to the wide side and put 2 to the short side as well. 1st and 10. Matheson looks to his right, rolls in that direction. Now he's going to take off, run, sees some open space, gets past a couple of Rebel defenders, gets inside the 35 and driven hard out of bounds. Far side at the 32 by Matthew Nowell. Alert play there and a 17-yard gain for the JA quarterback.
Yeah, back-to-back big plays for the Raiders, both of them getting out of bounds, saving that clock here at the end of the second quarter, with the Raiders having all 3 of their timeouts still.
That stops the clock, 44 seconds. 2-by-2 receivers. Matheson takes a chest-high snap, but whistles come in. See what, that was a timeout or a penalty.
I think he's going to call it a false start on like 15.
JA moves back to the 37. That is the first pre-snap penalty that we've had tonight. And that's impressive, particularly for Leake. This being their first game.
Yeah, first game on the road. Good crowd here at the Brickyard for the Raiders. The first false start penalty would just come into the end of the second quarter.
And J.A. being the guilty party, 1st and 15. Lots of time to throw. Screen ball's deflected, then intercepted at the 38-yard line. Leake's got it up to the 41. Goes Tyler Winstead, who got it off a deflection. That ball just rocketed in there by Matheson, the receiver. Couldn't handle the ball.
Talk about right place at the right time for the Rebels, just being right there, the ball deflected, and Rebels right there to secure the interception and avoid giving the chance the Raiders to extend their lead going into halftime.
Leake takes over at their own 40-yard line with 34 seconds to play and 1 timeout. So now Leake may try to make the big play here. No, it looks like they're going to set up for to clock it and go into the locker room. Snap it back. Wilcox will go to his right knee. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Clock ticking down under 26 seconds. Fans from both sides applauding their team's efforts. J.A. could force the Rebels to snap again if they want to, but I don't think Coach David Duggins has that in mind. Looks like he's gathering his group to head to the locker room with a 14-10 lead over Leake. All right, 24 minutes in the books. It's been a good one, back and forth ball game. Jackson Academy 14 and Leake Academy 10 at the midway point. We'll step aside for a couple of minutes and come back with the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. Stay with us as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Wendy's without the Wendy's app is like Nugs without the sauce. Or a Frosty without the fries. Or a hamburger without the fresh beef. No! Level up. Get the app to order ahead, order delivery, earn free food, and get app-exclusive offers. One app, all the Wendy's.
Offer for a limited time at participating Wendy's. Terms apply. App registration required. Fresh beef available in contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome to the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime from Jackson. We've had a good ball game between 5A Leake Academy, 6A Jackson Academy. It's the Raiders 14 and the Rebels 10. As we get the intermission started, the JA band on the field right now, and their dance team, the Accents, will follow. We've already had the Leake Academy cheerleaders entertain the crowd. There's a whole lot happening here in week one, and we appreciate you watching tonight's broadcast on the Triple M Motors video stream. If you have been in your car listening on the radio, and maybe you're getting home or you're messaging somebody who is where they could watch it, they can get the link to the video stream at kicks96news.com. There's a link there at the news stories, and you can be there in just a matter of seconds. And, hey, while you're at the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel, you should click the subscribe box, and you'll never miss a Leake Academy football game or basketball game, because your mobile device will tell you when we've gone on the air. So we're really glad to be here tonight. Of course, we wouldn't be on the air if it weren't for Billy Steen. Appreciate him and our producer-director, Breck Riley, who's enjoying his last free Friday night for a while. He's getting started next week with Kosciuszko High School football. But Sam Rigby and I are here, and Sam is, I think Sam's made himself pretty comfortable in the Gilbert Barham color commentator's chair here at Jackson, and so he's done a good job in the first half. We'll hear from him in just a minute on the stats for tonight's game. And once again, I want to say special thanks to Brian Eubank and our friends at the Raider Network. They do such a good job. They're the ones who also do the playoff championship games in various sports that some of you have enjoyed watching Leake play in through the years. And they do such an excellent job with production, and they're just really good folks. And they've dropped cable down to us, so you're watching their camera feed tonight. And, of course, Raider Network, they've got great sponsors, and they do a tremendous job with their production. They've got a lot of manpower and a lot of great equipment, and really good to work with. So we appreciate them making us a special priority and really rolling out the red carpet for Sam and me here at JA tonight. All right, let's talk about the first half of tonight's ball game. Leake took the opening kickoff, but went 3 plays and out, had to punt, but then JA got a first down, couldn't do much with it, and they punted back. These teams exchanged punts, but then the first mistake of the ball game at the 8:53 mark of the first quarter, George Wilcox was intercepted by Foster Beecham. The linebacker reached up, grabbed it, returned it to the JA 20-yard or 22-yard line, and then they went on a scoring march. 5 plays, 22 yards, took them just under 2 minutes to do it, and it's the touchdown was on the feet of Amarian Ellis, who's got 2 scores tonight. He ran it in from the 4 to cap off that short drive right about the midway point of the first quarter. It was 7-0 Raiders. Leake punted on their next possession, and 2 teams, in fact, exchanged punts again. The Rebels got it, though, off a short punt after a sack, of which about 5 Rebels participated in, and they kicked it out of their own end zone to JA, and the ball only went to the JA 34-yard line. Leake went on a 9-play, 34-yard scoring drive that took 3 minutes, and it was a third and one play, from inside the 1, and QB1 George Wilcox just slammed ahead behind that big offensive line. Great job, Mick Pucklich, Hayden Jenkins, Connor Moore, Sean McDill, Tanner Walsworth providing the wall of protection for him, and he pushed ahead into the end zone for the first Weaver Taxon Accounting touchdown of the year. Matthew Nowell booted the extra point through, and we had a tie ball game at the one, that was second quarter. 10:26 mark of the second quarter. So the quarter had changed over during that Rebel possession. So it was 7-7 early second quarter. And the teams, let's see, JA punts it back. Leake starts then at their own 30, and they go on a nearly 5-minute drive, 13 plays, 68 yards, just really moved it effectively down the field, got some help with a pass interference penalty, got inside the 5-yard line, but elected on 4th and 2 from the 2 to send out the kicking unit. And Matthew Nowell made his first field goal attempt of the year from 20 yards away, got the 3 points, put the Rebels ahead 10-7 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. But then I think Sam would agree with me. I don't think we mentioned it during the timeout, but kind of the pivotal drive of this game so far is what JA did the next time they got the ball. They started after returning the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff to their own 32, and they had a 6-play, 68-yard drive. Took them just over 2 minutes to do it, threw it well, passed it well, and their big back, Amarian Ellis, scored from the 3, running straight up the middle, and JA retook the lead with 2:12 to play. Leake had a quick possession, had to punt it back, but stopped JA. They looked like they were bound and determined to score right before halftime, but the Leake defense stopped them, and that's how we are at a 14-10 game at the half. Let's bring in the occupant of the Gilbert Bar and color commentator chair. That chair is endowed by Rosebud General Store. We appreciate them. And Sam, talk a little bit about what the stats tell us, both some team stats and individual stats.
Yeah, so it was a lot of, especially what gave Jackson Academy the lead going in late into the second quarter was the big chunk plays that really brought them up, with a big throw to John Thomas that really set up the Marion Ellis run inside Rebel territory to give them the lead going into late in the second quarter. But yeah, total yards on the night, Jackson Academy 154 yards, 59 passing yards, 95 rushing yards as a team going into halftime, while the Rebels have 119 yards with 70 passing yards by George Wilcox on the night and 49 rushing yards. No penalties for the Rebels, so that's always good to see in the first game of the season. No penalties early in this ball game, while Jackson Academy with 4 penalties for 31 yards. And Rebels 100% in the red zone so far this season, a field goal and a touchdown, give them 10 points. And Jackson Academy also 2 for 2 in the red zone. But the big key in this ball game was how much the Jackson Academy offense really had a big productive week last week against Bio, winning 45-0 on the road and coming at home against another good offensive team in Leake Academy. Just holding, but the defense of Leake really standing tall, holding Jackson Academy to only 14 points in the first half on the night.
All right, stats, game resets throughout the evening presented by Performance Therapy. We appreciate that, Sam. And we'll take another break, and we'll come back and look at some of the individual stats, stat leaders for both these ball clubs, as we've got this Week 1 contest underway in Northeast Jackson, and it is anybody's ball game after 2 quarters of play. It's 14-10, Jackson Academy in the lead. JA will get the ball when we come back and start the third quarter, but we've got a little more of the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime to bring your way after we hear from our great sponsors. So stay with us as Leake Academy football continues.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
You heard is that there ain't no flies on my back.
Well, there is plenty of truth to that if you'll get yourself down to the Leake County Co-op. You know them pesky old flies and skeeters? They have been worrying us all. And it's hard to enjoy rocking on the front porch without getting all eat up. That's a big nail. Your Leake County Co-op has fly mosquito sprays, traps, and everything under the sun that'll take care of them pests away so you can enjoy your patio time this summer. Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the cow patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East. Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
Carthage Vet Clinic halftime going on in Sheffield Drive in Jackson. JA Raiders 14, Leake Academy Rebels 10 at the intermission. Sam Rigby and Philip Palmertree here. Kind of looking up some scores, not finding a lot, and that's kind of par for the course. But we did find a halftime score. Jackson Prep leading Copiah Academy 20-6 at the half. Jackson Prep's a team that a lot of people think can go far in 6A, and a lot of people say the same thing about Copiah in 5A. And, of course, we'll see the Copiah Colonels in week 6 of the season. But we'll remind you next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff, the Rebels and the Volunteers from Starkville Academy at Thagard Field. We'll be on the air with the Wendy's pregame around 6:10. To be honest, it always just depends on how much Coach Pickens has to say. If he's got a lot to say like he did today, we start even maybe a little before 6:10 to squeeze everything in before we get to the Morris Pharmacy kickoff. But then 2 weeks from tonight, back on the road, take the long road trip over to the Delta, and we'll play at Bio Academy in a 7 o'clock kickoff 2 weeks from tonight, first Friday in September. We'll continue with our stats presented by Performance Therapy and tell you a little bit about some of the individual stats in tonight's ball game. First for the Rebels, George Wilcox going 8 out of 17 through the air for 7 yards and an interception in the first half. He's thrown 4 times, completed 4 passes to Matthew Nowell for 42 yards, long reception of 21. Nathan Weaver's caught 3 passes for 21 yards, and Garrett Adcock has caught 1 for 7 yards. Rushing the ball, the Rebels have divided carries pretty evenly between Garrett Adcock, the sophomore, and junior John David Gill. Gill's gone 28 yards on 6 totes, including a 13-yard carry. Adcock, 7 rushes for 23 yards. And then a couple of little small gains here or there. But as Sam mentioned, the Rebels run the ball 21 times for 49 yards, have thrown 17 times for 70 yards. So you've seen about a 50-50 split between rush and pass, and that's something we talked about in the pregame. The Rebels need to establish that rush and get JA to respect that so they can pass the ball, and it works in the other way too. You complete some of those passes out on the edge, and then all of a sudden some of those running lanes open up. So the Rebels have been very balanced offensively. Let's look at the defensive side. 5 total tackles for Matthew Nowell in the first half, all solo tackles, and he's broken up a pass. Jack Harkins, Grayson McDonald, Braden Welch, each with 4. And it looks like the JA stat people had the same trouble that we had. Who do you give the sack to? They didn't even put that up there. But I think Alex McDill may, at least we say he may have made first contact.
I think Alex McDill was the one who definitely touched Carter Matheson first on that sack for the Rebels.
And that was really a big play. That put them in 4th and long at the 10-yard line. And they punted out of the end zone. The Rebels got the ball at the JA 35 and then went in for their first touchdown score. So that sack is a big part of tonight's game. And remember, Rebel Sacks presented by Chipley's Squareview Inn. We appreciate them joining the sponsor group this year. And we'll remind you again that Total Pain Care is the wellness sponsor for Leake Academy Sports. 7 locations around central Mississippi. You can go to totalpaincare.org and find out more about what they do. They've got a location in Philadelphia at the Neshoba County Hospital. JA stats break down like this. Well, just clicked away from it. There we go. Carter Matheson completes 4 out of 10 passes for 61 yards. Pruitt James came in for 2 series, I think. Just attempted 1 pass, completed it, but it was for -2 yards. So they've thrown the ball 11 times and have a net of 59 yards. John Thomas, 2 catches for 35 yards. Vaden Taylor, 2 catches for 26 yards for the Raiders. Rushing the ball, they've rushed 16 times for 95 yards. Sam mentioned that before the break. Amarian Ellis getting 8 carries for 54 yards. Carter Matheson has surprised me with his alert running the ball. He's bailed them out of some tough situations on pass plays when the Rebel pass rush was closing in on him. He's got 23 yards on 7 carries, and that includes the sack. That gets factored in as a rush. And so 6 carries for 47 yards. For some reason, this thing keeps flipping back without me touching it to Leake. Yeah, see, it just did it there. And but anyway, Kingston Mays has rushed once, which surprises me. I think we're going to see more of him unless he's hurt, but he's returned kicks.
He's returned kickoffs and got that 1 carry in the
They may try to sort of do a 1-2 punch on the Rebels in the second half and bring in this fresh back who certainly is capable as Amarian Ellis. 5 tackles for Foster Meacham, including an INT, and 4 tackles for Baird Kennedy. Darian Albert, 3 tackles. And look, if you had seen the game last year in Madden, I think, Sam, Darian Albert had 3 tackles before the game was 3 minutes old. So the Rebels have blocked him really, really well tonight's game. But that's another little deeper look at individual stats. Both teams loosening up. We're going to take one more break, and we'll come back with the third quarter. Carthage Vet Clinic halftime continues with JA leading Leake 14-10.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727. Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
You heard is that there ain't no flies on my back. Well, there is plenty of truth to that if you'll get yourself down to the Leake County Co-op. You know them pesky old flies and skeeters, they have been worrying us all. And it's hard to enjoy rocking on the front porch without getting all eat up. That's a big one now. Your Leake County Co-op has fly mosquito sprays, traps, and everything under the sun that'll take care of them pests away so you can enjoy your patio time this summer. Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Both Leake and Jackson Academy coming out to kick off the third quarter. Third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. Got another score update, and brace yourself for this one. At the half up in Senatobia, MRA leads Magnolia Heights 56-3. Ouch. So, yeah, that's going on. We got a 14-10 game here. League's going to be kicking off right to left. We want to say another thank you to Brian Eubank and the Raider Network. Folks at JA provided us with some really fine food. My buddy Sam here got a great hamburger. I've got a shrimp po' boy that I've only kind of nibbled at, and I'm taking it home with me. But here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Matthew Nowell swings the right leg, puts it high end over end. Will be taken at about the 12-yard line, then fumbled there by Mays. He comes up the middle of the field. Rebels hit him at the 25. He stays upright, heads to the outside, and gets tackled around the 32-33-yard line. Looks like Joshua Gray making the tackle. So the Raiders will have it first, moving left to right, leading 14-10 as we start the third quarter here in Jackson. Forgot to mention Tyler Winstead getting an interception. Turnovers are even after one half. But JA averaging 5.5 plus per play. Leake averaging about 3 yards plus per play.
Yeah, and here's Kingston Mays right here starting out the second half for the Raiders. Yeah, running back in for Amarian Ellis.
They'll fake to Mays, throw a quick pass, and boy, planted on his back along the far side is the receiver, and Joshua Gray gets a highlight reel hit on Jamarian Jackson. Whoa.
Yeah, Gray really shedded that block quick and lit up Jackson like a Christmas tree.
I mean, a form tackle, saw what he was hitting, wrapped him up, face mask to face mask, and just put him into the turf. Loss of a yard on the play. So a TFL for Joshua Gray. Good way to start off the half. From the shotgun set with 4 receivers. Matheson chased to his left, still looking downfield. Now he's run out of real estate, and he's going to throw it where nobody can get it into the Leake sideline, and he got hit by Pete Peebles as he let go of that ball. The Rebel coaches on that far side love that pursuit. Yeah, Matheson, if you leave him back there in the pocket, he can hurt you, but they have chased him out quite a bit tonight and put him on the run.
Yeah, Madison's really scrambled a lot to either side. He's been really getting out of the pocket and looking down the field for either the quarterback scramble or the deep pass down the field.
Yeah, he has hurt Leake a little bit with his legs on some of those plays, but he has, when they've chased him out to the numbers, he has not completed a pass out there to a receiver. In fact, they say he went out of bounds. In fact, that goes out in as a sack back to the 26. Handoff on third and very long, and the Rebels stack it up for a loss. 3 plays, negative yards for the Rebel defense.
Got to love a 3 and out here for the Rebels starting out the second half, getting the ball back down 4.
That second down sack presented by Chipley's Square View Inn, and the Rebels stop the Rebels stop JA back at the 24, so they end up losing 8 yards on that possession. Put Robinson back at his 10 to kick either to Weaver or Nowell. Kick is away. It's a low end-over-end kick. Hits at midfield, takes a high bounce. JA surrounds it at the 45, so the Rebels have 55 yards of green in front of them on their first possession of this third quarter, presented by Westside Body Shop, trailing 14-10, 10-19 to go in that third quarter. Leake's got some wind at their back right now. Adcock in at running back. Nowell and Weaver split to the left. Jack Harkins out by himself to the right. Major Chandler is an H-back on the left side. An offensive line, Walsworth, McDill, Moore, Jenkins, Pucklich. Wilcox takes the snap, hands it to Adcock, and he's trying to pick his way forward. Breaks out of the crowd, breaks another tackle, gets just to the midfield stripe, and then gets pushed back by Rhodes Robinson. Gain of 4, that one I thought might have broken open for a moment there. Good job by the cornerback Robinson to see what was happening. So Adcock gets 4, 2nd and 6. Wilcox will throw into the sideline left side and going down to the ground to get it. J.A. folks trying to say no catch. If it is a catch, and the officials say it was a catch, it's going to be a gain of 7 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. And now the back judge comes in and says incomplete. The two men nearer the play thought it was a catch.
Yeah, that ball touched the ground on that one, but now was trying to cover it up and say he completed it.
And we're looking at it on a replay screen, and yes, oh yeah, totally. He got his hands on it, then dropped it, then covered it. So good job getting the call right. 3rd and 6. Nowell and Chandler split to the left. Weaver and Harkins to the right. Throwing. Wilcox throws short underneath to Weaver, and he can't break loose of the tackle at the 49. They threw that out pattern underneath, but good job by J.A. to make the tackle in open space. Be 4th down and 3. Leake's going to play field position, bring out the punt team. So Leake unable to get the first down.
Yeah, and 3 and outs by both teams coming out of halftime here to start the second half for the Rebels and the Raiders, both with a 3 and out to start.
Defenses seem to have a little bit of juice here in the third quarter. The Rebels hope to pin J.A. inside the 20 here. Nowell will kick it. High angling kick. Fair caught. No, taken at the 10 was not a fair catch. Coming from the far side of the near side. Breaking loose to the 20, 25, and then hit hard and driven back. John Thomas got met by Jack Harkins out there. And a nice return. There's a Rebel down. Carter Pigg down at about the 27-yard line, and trainer David Jones, Coach Pickens will come out and take a look at him. 8:40 to go third quarter. Score still J.A. 14 and Leake 10. We're kind of deciding whether we're going to do the timeout thing or stay here. Not to decide is to decide, isn't it?
That's right.
When we get the next possession break, there was a flag, by the way. I haven't seen the indication. There's a flag at the 40. There haven't been many flags tonight. They've all pretty much been against J.A. It's a dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against J.A. So J.A. will take over on first down, but they won't start at the 30. They'll start back at their own 15 with 8:40 to play in tonight's third quarter. Got some in-sports trivia for you. This will be Sam's first experience with in-sports trivia. So you have to cut him some slack. Some of you guys who work in the press box are, can handle the heat. We'll see how our friend Sam does. And sometimes it's about sports. I remember when we did this game last year, I had Las Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders trivia. Tonight we're going to talk about the capital city, Jackson. Carter Pigg back to the sidelines under his own power. Here we go. 1st and 10, J.A. from their own 15. Send a man in motion to the left. Hand it off. Mays to the outside, 15, 20. Flag. Probably going to be a hold that enabled him to get to the corner. Flag thrown at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Amari Ellis here in the second half so far. It's been Kingston Mays early for the Raiders.
That's a real luxury when you've got two backs like that.
Exactly. That's going to be a holding on the Raiders. So it's going to move them back even further from the previous penalty spot.
It'll be half the distance, put them between the 7 and the 8 if it happened there at the line of scrimmage. They'll mark it off from there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw the first. They mark it off in sports trivia about Jackson. So who was the city of Jackson named for? And it's multiple choice. Tonight's going to be multiple choice.
I like multiple choice.
Andrew Jackson, Stonewall Jackson, or Allen Jackson?
Well, can we do a little process of elimination on that one?
Well, if the play allows, let's see, you could think about it during this play.
All right.
2 running backs on either side of Matheson on 1st and 18. Throws into the flat. Breaking 1 tackle, 2, spinning, twisting up past the original line of scrimmage to the 16 is, can't tell who that is. That's Thomas. Running back. Rebels had a couple of chances at him. Finally took Braden Welch, getting him at the knees. Gets about 8, 9 yards up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. 3 wide receivers in the formation. 2 running backs. To throw, Matheson gets pressured, taken off across the 20, slides in near the first down. It depends on where they spot it. It looks like they're going to give him a spot at the 25, which should give him and the Raiders a first down. All right, so as they, well, let's see, they're going to try to go up tempo here, move the chains.
And here comes Amarian Ellis in, pairing him with Kingston Mays is out. It's going to look like it's John Thomas in the backfield with Amarian Ellis.
So that gives them a nice passing option like they tried earlier 2 plays ago. They threw it to Thomas out of the backfield. But it's 1st and 10 at the 25. Here we go. Raiders from the left hash, 7:15, clock ticking. Give is to Ellis. He's up at the second level, 35, 40. Rebels wrap him up, but not before he picks up about 18 yards and a JA first down up to the 43. Nowell and Welch brought him down, or he could still be running. 1st and 10, so JA's broken loose of the bad field position from the punt and the penalties. 4-man front for the Rebs. They'll play fake. Throw going up deep, left side, 1-on-1 matchup, knocked away by Joshua Gray. And I'm going to tell you something, Sam. A year ago, I'm not sure Joshua Gray's got the confidence to make that play against a bigger receiver, but boy, he sure made it right there.
Yeah, he's made a lot of big plays tonight, whether it's in coverage or out in the flats, making a good tackle for the Rebels. Joshua Gray, you couldn't tell me he wouldn't have made that play last year, because he's really done a great job tonight here in week 1.
He was one of that young group that really got thrown into the fire first game last year. And he improved throughout the year. Was very solid when we got to the playoffs, and he's taking it up a level here. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Ellis takes the handoff. Look at left side. Rebels say no. Loss of a yard on the play. See 55. Alex McDill getting up. He grabbed him around the waist and wouldn't let him go. They give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. All right, tell me, Jackson, Andrew, Stonewall, or Allen?
I'm going to just shoot forward on this one. I'm going to go with Stonewall Jackson.
Okay. That's his answer. Well, it's not Shoeless Joe Jackson, Lamar Jackson, Reggie Jackson, Bo Jackson, or any member of the Jackson 5, but you are incorrect. It is Andrew Jackson. I'll tell you something more about that after this 3rd and 10 play. In Sports Trivia continues. Here's throwing over the middle, deep. Man open, ball caught at the 37 and sort of backpedaling down to the 32 before going down is John Thomas. Rebels were playing zone back there, and they found the gap in the middle of the field and just completed that one for a big first down, 3rd and 10 conversion. Now the Raiders have got it rolling offensively, leading by 4. 5:40 on a ticking 3rd quarter clock. 3 wide receivers, an H-back set to the left. Carry for Ellis. He stops, puts his foot in the ground, has the first down, cuts to the outside, 20, 15, 10. Has a couple of guys to beat, and he still falls forward near the pylon, but I think he's going to be about a yard short of what he needed for the score. He just went 33 yards down to the 1.
Yeah, Ellis really showing off that athleticism he's got, making moves at the line of scrimmage and then also breaking tackles going down the field, even breaking more tackles going down the field to get inside the 10-yard line.
Raiders got away with a hold on Matthew Nowell out there in safety out in the open field, but 1st and goal. Now say he went out at the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. Matheson, quarterback power, and boy, he has met Kobe Kemp, putting the lumber to him, stops him after a gain of about 1. Good job by the Rebels middle linebacker. But when the leaders of the capital city decided to name the city after General Andrew Jackson, it was before he became president. He was a famous general at the time. He was a War of 1812 hero.
Okay.
So it was 1821, 4 years after Mississippi became a state, that they named the city after Andrew Jackson. There's a statue of him out in front of City Hall. Here we go. 2nd and goal.
Pruitt James in the backfield coming
just inside the 3. Same play. Matheson. Oh, no, that's James.
Pruitt,
you're right. Trying to go. Goes outside the numbers, but can't get anywhere.
Yeah, it looked like Matheson was a little bit of shaking up after that last quarterback power, but here he comes back in for Pruitt James.
Gage Bennett, no one hit. Got after him. And good job by Braden Welch to force him back to the inside toward the pursuit. So now 3rd and goal from the 3. They really lost a yard on that play. Ellis in the backfield with Matheson. Expect to see Ellis here. He gets it, but the Rebels are waiting on it, and they stop him for no gain. 4th down. Bennett, Kemp. Also Welch from the rover position coming through and stopping him. And they're going to send out the field goal unit.
Wow.
Try to stretch this to a 7-point lead with a short field goal. Great job by the Leake D.
Big stop by the Rebel defense on that one, keeping it a one-score game. Because they knew it was going to go to 2 and blue on that 3rd and goal for the Raiders, and great job by the Rebel defense putting a stop to it.
Robinson to kick from the right hash. 20-yard field goal is through the uprights. It's good. New score, JA 17, Rebels 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
Brett Robinson with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, taken by Mathen Weaver at the 6. Comes up the left hash, meets some Navy-shirted defenders who stop him at the 23, maybe 24-yard line, where Leake will take over with 3:45 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Raiders up 17-10.
Yeah, the Raiders started off a little rough in their last possession, had 2 straight penalties for a hold and unsportsmanlike conduct, started inside their own 20 and eventually drove down the field and got inside the 10-yard line, but the Rebel defense held them to a field goal, making it a 17-10. That's your performance therapy reset.
All right, we'll sneak in another in-sports trivia question. About the subject is Jackson, Mississippi. What famous floor cleaner was invented in 1929 by chemist and native Jacksonian Harry Cole? Is it Lysol, Mop and Glow, or Pine Sol?
I feel like it's going to be the Pine Sol on that.
Oh, he's back in the game, folks. Sam coming through. Yeah, Pine Sol invented by a native of Jackson.
1 for 2.
It's the smell of my childhood. All right, left hash, Leake with the ball. Touchdown. Give them the opportunity to tie the game. 3:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. 3 wide receiver set. Major Chandler, the H-back to the right. Adcock, the running back. He'll handle the ball on 1st down and get hit right away. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was T.J. White in there quick on that tackle for the Raider defense.
T.J. White, so athletic. Just looks like a football player in the uniform out there, and he's just a junior. 2nd and 10 for L.A. from their 24. Wilcox stares into the far sideline. Play fake. Throw to the slot man. Little slant pattern right side, but too tall for Weaver. Incomplete, and the Rebels have behind and down in distance now, 3rd and 10. Rebels need something positive here. Crowd getting to their feet, making some noise. Just over 3 minutes to play in the third. Here's Wilcox looking to throw, steps up under pressure, throws just beyond the diving grasp of Weaver at the 35. Incomplete. So 3 plays, 0 yards for the Rebels on that possession, and they'll be forced to punt.
Yeah, and it was TJ White and Parker Halford in there to force the pressure on George Wilcox, forced that incompletion, but it was Darion Albert getting there at the end to also, so that 3-headed monster up front of the defensive line forcing a 3-and-out for the Raiders, or for the Rebels, excuse me.
Wilcox 9 of 21 so far in the ball game. Nowell stands at his 10, takes the snap, punts a low, sort of sputtering kick. Will get to the 45, but not to midfield, and the Raiders are going to have fabulous field position starting at the Rebel 46 with 2:53 to go in quarter number 3, leading Leake 17-10. All right, next question. What building in downtown Jackson has been continuously used since it was completed in 1842, so almost 200 years? Is it the Governor's Mansion? Is it the Old Capitol? Or is it the Eudora Welty Library? Governor's Mansion, Old Capitol, Eudora Welty Library. Continuous use since it was completed in 1842.
I'm going to go with the Governor's Mansion on that one.
All right, he's 2 out of 3. That is correct. That's the second oldest governor's residence in the United States. Virginia's got one older. In sports trivia going on here. 2:53 to go in the third. J.A. with a chance to extend the lead to 2 scores with a short field in front of them. Trying to decide who's going to be quarterback. It's going to be Pruitt James.
For a minute there, I thought it was about to be Wildcat formation with DeMar and Ellis. Is what I thought it was. Then here comes Pruitt James in late.
From the pistol set. Handoff Ellis. Rebels get penetration in the backfield, but trying to get to the outside. Cannot go forward as Ellis. Owen hit him low. Braden Welch hit him high. And Ellis goes down for no gain. Defensive front, Peebles, Bennett in the middle, along with Hagan Bobo. Owen hit at defensive end. The linebackers, Winstead, McDonald, and Kemp. Corners, Harkins and Gray. And at safety, Welch and Nowell. Shotgun set, 2 running backs. Play fake. James throws it, but kind of at an awkward angle. Ball, I think, is an incomplete pass. It was nearly a lateral. It's going to be called an incomplete pass. He threw it about 1 yard forward up the field.
Yeah, it looks like a little RPO right there from Jackson Academy to get the tight end out in the flat, and James just missed him on that throw.
3rd and 10 for the Raiders from the Leake 46. Under 2 minutes to play. Tonight's third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. J.A. shuffling personnel in and out. He'll bring in Matt Thomas as a wide receiver. Now James brings his offense up to the line, still looking back to the sideline. Going to have to hurry this snap. Takes the snap. They want to throw, have protection. Now he's chased to the left, looking downfield, puts it in the air. Pass caught, but I think out of bounds. Yeah, they say he was caught at the 25-yard line, but out of bounds by Parker Orr.
Yeah, pressure from Owen hit on the edge right there. Forced James outside and forced him throwing towards the Leake sideline, and a good job by the Rebel defense.
So just turnabout is fair play. 3 plays, no yards gained on the Leake possession, and then 3 plays, 0 yards on the J.A. possession. They'll try to pin the Rebels deep. Robinson to punt. Going to be fair caught at the 20 by Nowell. Actually came up to about the 22, went to his knees to catch it with 1:42 to play in tonight's third quarter. J.A. 17, Leake 10. All right, here's another one.
So I'm 2 for 3 on the night so
You're
far?
2 for 3.
Okay.
Pretty good. Okay, here's a sports question. Which future NFL star set a then NCAA record for the most points scored in a 4-year college career and at Jackson State? Okay, so it happened at Jackson State. Was it Harold Jackson, Walter Payton, or Casey Terrio? Rebels run on first down, get up to the 25, pickup of 3 for Adcock on first down.
Well, before you said Jackson State, I thought it was going to be Steve Air McNair over at Alcorn State.
But this is points scored.
I'm going to go
in a career.
I'm going to go with Walter Payton on this one, the Jackson State legend.
Sweetness is the correct answer, yeah. From 1971 to 74, that dude scored 464 points. 70 seconds to go in the quarter, 2nd and 7 for the Rebels. Up the middle goes Adcock, fighting hard, gets a couple. Gets about 2.5, maybe 3. Darian Albert, Adonis Terry sandwiched him. Clock winds under 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. It's gone by quickly. Leake has not scored in this quarter. Just 40 seconds left in it. 2 wide receivers to each side on 3rd and 5. Pressure coming. And Wilcox just has to spike it into the turf in front of Adcock. They were trying to set him up for a screen left side, but J.A. really blew it up. And Leake experiencing some offensive frustrations here in this second half.
Was that back-to-back 3-and-outs from both offenses tonight? So, yeah, something that these offenses I don't think are used to is going 3-and-out this often in this ball game.
Let's see. Well, J.A. scored the field goal on their drive. Not this previous one, but the one before. But, yeah, Leake has gone 3-and-out, 3-and-out, and 3-and-out in the second half. Here's the punt from Nowell. Very high kick, driving. Receiver back. Nearly hit a couple of J.A. players, but it's going to take a good Rebel bounce to the 28-yard line where Kobe Kemp puts both hands on it, and J.A. will take over with 21 seconds to play in the third quarter. Rebels trail by 7. All right, let's sneak another question in here. And this is something I found out this week, even though I grew up in Jackson.
Okay.
In 1943, German prisoners of war from a camp in Clinton were recruited and paid to build a massive, large-scale model of what? Was it a massive, large-scale model of the Gulf of Mexico, the Mississippi River Basin, or the Mississippi Delta? It's 200 acres, covers 200 acres, this large-scale model. Think about that. All right, Matheson back at quarterback. Mays to his right. 4 wide receivers in the formation. High snap. Play fake. Owen hit. Can't sack Matheson, and he's going to throw it into the sideline. Good job making the catch, getting a toe down there by John Thomas for positive yardage. Pickup of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. I think they're going to give him the 36-yard line, which makes it an 8-yard pickup.
Yep. Owen hit on the pressure, just missed that tackle, and it was Kobe Kemp coming in behind him with the pressure, but just a good throw by Matheson to hit the Raider receiver on the outside. Looked like it was John Thomas on that one?
Yes.
John Thomas.
2nd down and 2. Same formation. Play fake, throw, pass caught at the 40 by Thomas. And Tyler Winstead will put him down after he picks up the first down to the Raider 43. This probably going to be the final play of the third quarter once they wind the clock again. Yeah, there goes the clock. There goes the end of the third quarter. It's a 7-point J.A. lead going to the fourth. Raiders 17, Rebels 10. We'll return in 60 seconds as Leake Academy football continues.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Attention, dear Slayers. We are talking to you. Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there. Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
12 minutes up on the clock here at the Brickyard. Just one quarter left. Leake looking for some answers offensively, but right now they've got to get the ball back. JA scored 3 in that quarter to take a 17-10 lead. They got a 20-yard field goal in that third quarter, but it was all JA offensively in that quarter, wasn't it, Sam?
Oh, of course. It was third quarter. Just in the third quarter, JA had 97 yards total offense, and the Rebels only had 13 yards total offense in the entire third quarter. So something to come back to if the Rebels can get it going here in the fourth quarter.
Orbit motion behind the formation. Handoff Mays. Only a yard there for him. Kobe Kemp and Gage Bennett put the clamps on him. 2nd and 9 for JA. At their 44-yard line, they're now moving right to left in Navy helmets, Navy jerseys, white pants. Leake in Navy helmets, white jerseys, white pants. Nice clean look from both teams.
Easy for the broadcaster to spot as well.
That's that's a premium. That's very important. On play action, they throw behind the intended receiver or at the Rebel 45. And the Rebels had that covered well between Welch and Harkins. So 3rd and 9 up now for the Raiders.
And it's looking like it's Caden Monk coming in at defensive end for Owen Hitt on this third down possession for the Rebels on defense.
Coach Josh Ray likes to rotate guys in and try to keep some fresh legs fourth quarter, and JA likes to pound on you, get that running game going downhill on you late in the game. Here's a keeper up the middle. Matheson tripped up. Nice job recognizing it, reaching out. Kemp and Bobo, I couldn't tell which one of them got their hand on his thighs as he went straight up the left hash.
I want to say it was Kobe Kemp got in there first to really trip him up, and it was at the end.
There's an injured Raider on the field right at the point of the tackle. Officials standing in the way. They're looking at the lower leg of, looks like one of their linemen. When we come back, it'll be 4th and 6. We'll take a timeout with 11:04 to play. Raiders 17, Rebels 10.
Westside Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is Westside Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Injured player for JA helped off the field. Punt from Robinson. He hangs one up high in the air. Rebels will get out of the way. It'll hit 2-3 times and roll down to the 20, where the Raiders will smother it there. So Leake has 80 yards of real estate in front of them, trailing 17-10 with 10:36. For some reason the clock stood. Now they finally stopped the clock. They're kind of draining a few extra seconds off that clock there. 10:36 to go. Fourth quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. And I laugh simply because for about the 5th time tonight I've kicked this chair in just the right way. It makes it drop down about 6 inches. And I'm back up at regulation height now. All right, we've still got this question hanging in the air. So I'm going to try to close that loop. We're our in-sports third quarter trivia going into overtime here, but the Rebels need to get something going. They have not picked up a first down in the half. Play fake, throw to Chandler. He's got it at the 22, outside the numbers, and picks up about 3, maybe 4 before he's wrapped up by Baird Kennedy.
Baird Kennedy for the Raiders.
The Rebels ran him from the right side to the left side of the formation off a little kind of cross fake in the backfield and got some positive yards. They'll give him 4. Looks like up to the 24-yard line. Rebels huddling up, which they haven't done much tonight. Wilcox looks at offensive coordinator Corey Burns. There's some signals, and it looks like the Rebels are going to call time out there, and we need to take it with them with 9:53 to go. League down 17-10 early in the fourth.
West Side Body Shop says, let's...
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Introducing the savory world of Ingram Steak and Seafood. Tuesday through Friday, join us for our delightful lunch offerings, or make your weekend special with our exclusive dinner service available Friday and Saturday evenings. At Ingram's, it's all about family, both ours and yours. Our team, consisting of close friends and family, is dedicated to serving you with the warmth and good food only a family can offer. Join us at Ingram's, where every meal is a masterpiece. Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
2nd and 10 after the Rebels timeout. Rebel timeouts presented by Small Town Rental. George Wilcox steps back to throw, throws over the middle. Pass deflected up in the air at the 42-yard line. Weaver, the intended receiver, but a couple of Raiders there with him.
Yeah, it looked like it was Baird Kennedy on the coverage of Weaver on that one. Really swatting the ball away to prevent the incompletion.
Jackson Academy leads Leake 17-10. 14-10 Raiders at the half. Leake led for part of the second quarter. Led at 10-7. JA defense has tightened the screws on them. 3rd down and 6. Need to get almost to the 30 for the first down. Wilcox to throw. Long pass up the side, going to be too long. 5 yards out. Too deep, intended for Weaver at midfield. And 4 possessions, no first downs, punt coming up for Leake. So Leake's defense is going to have to stand tall once again. They have yielded a field goal in this quarter. When we get the punt done, we need to get back to our final in-sports trivia question. We're asking them, 1943 German prisoners of war from a camp in Clinton were recruited to build a massive large-scale model of what inside the city, what is now the city limits of Jackson. Here's a punt from Nowell, and he boots it very high. Nice kick, hits at the 45 and rolls about 10 yards down the field, where Braden Welch stops it at the JA 36. 9:29 to go. Raiders take over again, going right to left, leading by a touchdown. All right, so the massive large-scale model covers 200 acres. Was it a model of the Gulf of Mexico, the Mississippi River Basin, or the Mississippi Delta?
That is a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Mississippi River Basin.
That is correct.
Wow.
Got the first one wrong, and you finished wrong. Yeah, they built that for the Army Corps of Engineers to make predicting flood patterns easier. So it's a 200-acre hydraulic-powered replica of the Mississippi River Basin, and it was in use till 1973 when they figured out how to do that with computers. But the remnants are still there in this place called Butts Park, right at the Clinton-Jackson line, and I may go there tomorrow to see it.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 36. I did not know that, so that's in sports trivia. Sam's a good sport. Keeper, a little option read from Matheson. He's got the first down into Rebel territory, 45-40. There's a flag. I think they're going to get the wide receiver, Parker Orr, for an illegal block. I don't think it'll negate the first down. A penalty happened way down the field.
Yeah, I thought they were about to flag the Rebels for that one. Some of the Raider fans were not too happy about the late hit out of bounds, but looks like this one's going to go on the Raiders.
So some J.A. Daddy's venting at the officiating crew right down outside our press box window. So the ball gets put back into J.A. territory at the 46. Now they're going to be very close to a first down, even after the penalty. So it looks like it's going to be, what, first down? No, they're going to say they did hit the line for the first down. So they move it to the 46, 1st and 10. The penalty took away about 25, 28 yards of gain there. 2 wide receivers to each side, left hash. Rebels put 4 men down at the line. Shift the tackles. Looked like someone took off early, but no penalty. Matheson rolling to his left, pressure in his face, and he's just going to throw it away deep up the field. Boy, Grayson McDonald was ready to put his face mask into his chest at the 35. Good job by Grayson not to overplay that and get a personal foul penalty call.
Yeah, better to just add pressure to the situation than to put too much and cost your team.
2nd and 10 now. 9 minutes, 12 seconds here in this 4th quarter, presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Two wide receivers to each side. Hand off Ellis. Nothing there in the middle. Rebels pushing him back, and they're going to wrap him up near the 35. Tyler Winstead getting the big TFL for a loss of about 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, huge play for the Rebel defense on that one. Ellis tried to get up the middle, bounced outside, and Winstead was right there to get the tackle for loss. So massive play for the Rebel defense on 2nd down.
Makes it 3rd and 19. Cannot give up the 3rd and long here. They gave up a 3rd and long on that field goal drive in the 3rd quarter. J.A. wants to pass. Matheson will throw it short underneath to Ellis. Gets a block at the 45, the 50, 45, first down earned. Still on his feet, 40, 30, and he's going to put on the Jets and outrun the Rebels for a touchdown that covers 63 yards.
Yeah, you called it, Phil, talking about the big play. You can't give up nothing big on 3rd down, and it was 2 in blue for his 3rd touchdown of the night. First receiving touchdown for Amari and Ellis tonight. Make it 3 total for Ellis.
Yes. And he ran about 60 yards of that himself on his own 2 feet. Robinson lines up to kick the extra point. J.A. takes a 23-10 lead with the extra point pending. Snap back, hold down, kick is good with 8:22 to play in the final quarter. J.A. up 14 points. They lead at 24-10. Moore's Pharmacy kickoff coming up after this.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Rhett Robinson, Pooch kicks it. Matthew Nowell runs under it at the 32 and catches it there. Fair catch made after J.A. has gone up 14 points.
So, yeah, for your performance therapy reset on that last drive, it was 4 plays, 64 yards, and 1 minute and 7 seconds off the clock for Jackson Academy to get the touchdown and make it Amari and Ellis' 3rd touchdown of the night for the big halfback screen to go down the field and get the touchdown, boosting the Raider lead to 24-10 with 8:22 in the fourth quarter remaining, and that's your performance therapy reset.
So now the pressure's on Leake's offense. Handoff on 1st and 10. Looking for an opening around the right side is Adcock, but Raiders swarm over there and stop him right along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, looking like it was Darion Albert in there for the tackle for loss, the big D tackle for the Raiders getting in on the tackle for loss.
Yeah, they'll give Adcock just a couple of inches. I think you just better call that 2nd and 10. Leake has all of 17 yards of offense in this second half. 2nd and 10 with 3 wideouts in the formation. Wilcox will throw left side, complete at the sticks to catch 22. Mathen Weaver to catch it and then get out of bounds far side at the 43 for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Tackle made by the cornerback, Josh Dawkins.
Yeah, Mathen Weaver been a really good player in the slot tonight for the Rebels, getting a lot of that receiving yards from George Wilcox to catch 22, Mathen Weaver.
7:30 to go.
1st and 10 from the 43. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Wilcox gets it out of his hands quickly, caught right at midfield by Weaver, and he's pushing forward against Kennedy and gets close to the first down line. Going to be about a yard short, 9-yard gain on 1st and 10. Good inside slant pattern.
Yeah, Weaver's been key tonight in the slot, like I just mentioned. A lot of receptions have been, and all of those have most have been in the slot for Mathen Weaver.
2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. Wilcox to throw. 2nd and short. Up the field. A little too deep inside the 15-yard line for Nowell. And the coverage was there for the Raiders. Dawkins step for step with Mr. Nowell. 3rd and 1 with 6:57 to go in tonight's fourth quarter. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. 3rd and 1 play. Rebels have picked up 1 first down, their only first down of the second half earlier on this drive, trying to go back-to-back here against a 4-man front. They'll put it on the ground. And very close to the line is Adcock.
Yeah, it looked like it was Tyler Lyles coming in there for the Raider defense.
I think he's going to be just a little short, he is. He only got about half a yard when he needed a whole yard. So 4th down and less than a yard, and Leake's got to bring in the power line up here, goal line set coming in. That means McDonald and Kemp. Of course, Major Chandler going to be the quarterback keeper. Wilcox will hit the right side of the line, fall forward, and get the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down with 6:18 and stops the clock there. Rebels have 2 timeouts, but need to move the ball quickly. Now they'll get John David Gill in the ball game and bring the receiving core back in. Harkins and Weaver. Now we'll split wide to the left. Keeping Chandler in for pass protection. Wilcox surveys 4-3 defensive alignment. Takes the waist-high snap. Throws complete to Weaver at the 41, and he is chucked out of bounds quickly on the far side. Deshaun Chapman making the tackle. The Rebels get about 7 yards on first down, maybe 6 back to the 41. That's a good gain because it stops the clock, 5:43, and that's the heat timeout. So we'll take the heat timeout with him, catch up here on our breaks, and bring you back with the Rebels trailing 24-10.
Attention, dear Slayers, we are talking to you. Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
2nd and 4. Wilcox steps back, throws up the sideline. Pass caught. What are they going to say? Is along the line, are they saying caught or incomplete? Looks like they're coming to mark the catch inside the 15. Now the officials are coming to talk to see if that was a catch or not. We're looking at it on the replay screen. Sam is there. Say catch. Gain from the 41 down to about the 11-yard line. Gain of 30, let's say 29 yards down to the 12.
Wow, what a catch by Matthew now with the over the shoulder right in his breadbasket and getting the foot down to complete the catch. So, wow, What a great play by Now.
And the officials got that one right, too. They've had a couple of close plays on the Rebel passing game that they've gotten right. That one goes in the Rebels' favor. They're in the David Barham Insurance red zone. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Send Weaver in motion. Look in that direction. Throw goes to the corner, but it's too deep for Jack Harkins in the deep right corner of the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Good concept, just couldn't make the connection. Five minutes, 26 seconds remain in this ball game. It was a 4-point game at the half. But it's been all Raiders in the second half. A third-quarter field goal and a fourth-quarter touchdown. They have it at 24-10, but Leake's trying to cut that in half right here. 2nd and 10. From the JA 12, 2 wide receivers left. 1 to the right. Wilcox looks left, now over the middle. Throws back to the left. There's 6 for the Rebels. Baller alert, catch for the touchdown. Matthew Nowell from 12 yards out, and Leake can cut this lead in half with an extra point. Coming up here, Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Yeah, the big grab by Nowell to set the Rebels up inside the red zone, and then here comes Nowell again on the touchdown grab to get the Rebels back in this ball game, only down by 8 now.
He only had about a step of room between himself and the left sideline in the end zone. Did Nowell, but great job right on target from Wilcox. Now Nowell will kick the extra point out of the hold of Jack Harkins. Walsworth snap back, kick up under pressure, and it's good. 5:20 to play, and Leake back in it. 24-17. We'll have the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff when we return here on Boswell Media Sports.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Chipley's Squareview Inn. It's the experience you're looking for. Whether it's a wedding, holiday party, business dinner, or weekend getaway, Chipley's Squareview Inn can accommodate an array of services. So, when you're planning your event or special occasion, book your stay at airbnb.com or give us a call at 601-741-8215. Whether it's our beautiful rooftop, our elegant reception area, or our lavish hotel rooms, it really is the experience you're looking for. Chipley's Squareview Inn is located at 109 North Pearl Street in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Orr's Pharmacy kickoff coming up from the leg of Matthew Nowell after the Rebels have narrowed this deficit down to 24-17. Pooch kick over to the left side, taken by Marion Ellis at the 25. Dodges one defender at the 35, up to the 45, and the Rebels have to get physical to get big Mr. Ellis out of bounds at the JA 49. It took 3 Rebels, Jake Rudolph, Braden Welch, and Jack Harkins to make that happen. 5:13 to go.
So the last drive, the Rebels went 10 plays, 69 yards, and only 3 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock to cap it off with the Wilcox to Matthew Nowell touchdown. So that'll be 24-17. Raiders coming back onto the field on offense in this possession. And that's your performance therapy reset.
From the 49, JA operating in their own territory, going right to left against a 4-3 Rebel defense. Handoff Mays. Kobe Kemp's got him, chases him out into the grasp of a couple of other Rebels, Tyler Winstead and Braden Welch. Gets 2 on first down, a yard deep into Leake territory as we go under 5 minutes to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter. Second and 8. In fact, they gave him almost 3 yards. Three wide outs to the right side, 1 to the left. Play fake. Throw over the middle, nearly intercepted by Matthew Nowell. Good coverage. Dropping back there, Braden Welch kind of made it tough for the intended receiver, Vaden Taylor. Rebels had the linebackers drop back in zone there. And that.
I was wondering if Tyler Winstead got a hand on that ball to disrupt the throwing from Matheson, but I think he got a little bit of it, but not a whole lot to throw off the throwing from Carter Matheson.
3rd down and 8. JA needs to get to the 41 in League territory for a first down. 4:31 to go. 3rd down and really about 7. It's short 8, long 7. Time for the Rebel defense to stand up here and get the ball back. We're running out of time here. Handoff, no keeper. Around the left side, Rebels have it defended nicely. Matheson nearly stepped out of bounds, cuts back to the inside and gets close to the line, but I think he's going to be about a yard and a half short as Harkins and Welch, also 51, Caden Monk, ran him down.
Yeah, Matheson was tiptoeing on the sideline trying to stay in bounds. It looks like he's going to stay in. It looks like they said he close to the first down. I'm not sure. They're calling it 4th down.
Yeah, in fact, they're putting it at the 43, which is a break for the Rebels. I thought he was closer than that. So it's 4th and 2. Clock winding under 3:50, and JA is going to let that clock tick down as far as they can, I think, before using one of their 3 timeouts. They come to the line, though. 4th and 2, like they're going for it. If they get the Rebels to jump offside, yep, and they get it. Oh, I mean, you knew that was the one thing they were doing there. You knew they weren't going to snap the ball, but sometimes those reflexes take over. And D lineman comes across, and that gives JA a first down at 3:33 to go, and that hurts.
Yeah, I was thinking if they were going to go for it, you would think that Amari Ellis would have been in there on the short yardage for 4th down, but it was Kingston Mays in the backfield, and fooled the Rebel defense, got a jump, gave the Raiders the first down.
Ball moved to the 38. Fresh set of downs. Clock starts winding. Handoff Mays. Good block. Gets to the corner. It's down to the 30. A pickup of 8 for Mays on first down. Braden Welch has made a wheelbarrow load of tackles in this game. See exactly what that's just obviously not an official total, but it is double figures, 10 for him right now to lead LA's defense. 2nd down, he gets 7 on first down. They say he's down at the 31. The clock now under 2:45 to play. The clock is the Raiders' friend. Saw a score earlier, Prep leading Copiah 30-6 in the second half. Second down, high snap, pull down, handoff Mays. He sort of gets side by side, breaks up to the middle, second level, now to the outside, 10, 5, and he is in for a touchdown, and that is perhaps the dagger for Leake, and that's some nifty running, good footwork from sophomore Kingston Mays.
Yeah, hadn't seen a lot of Mays tonight, but he came in the fourth quarter. We were talking about that at halftime, that Mays had one carry going into the second half tonight, and looks like he's closing out the fourth quarter for this Raider offense with a touchdown run to extend the Raider lead.
Yeah, easily his long run of the night, and a huge one, 31 yards. Extra point from Robinson is good. 2:21 to go, and it's back to 14 points, 31-17. JA leads Leake. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280. On the north side of the square in Carthage.
Chipley's Squareview Inn. It's the experience you're looking for. Whether it's a wedding, holiday party, business dinner, or weekend getaway, Chipley's Squareview Inn can accommodate an array of services. So, when you're planning your event or special occasion, book your stay at airbnb.com or give us a call at 601-741-8215. Whether it's our beautiful rooftop, our elegant reception area, or our lavish hotel rooms, it really is the experience you're looking for. Chipley's Squareview Inn is located at 109 North Pearl Street in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from JA. Fair caught by the Rebels at the 29-yard line. Leake takes over with 2:21 to play. 2 timeouts in their pocket, trailing 31-17 after the Raider touchdown.
Yeah, the Raiders started that drive on the Jackson Academy 49-yard line and managed to chew up almost nearly 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 59 seconds of clock off for the game clock. So the Raiders ran 5 plays, 51 yards, cap it off with a long touchdown run by Kingston Mays. And that's your performance therapy reset as the Rebels come back to take the field on offense.
Just 2 minutes and change left. Leake's got an uphill push to make here. They want to pull even, win this ball game. 1st and 10 from the 29. Wilcox looks to his left, has time. Throws over the middle, long pass, 50-50 ball, knocked down at the JA 35. A good play from Baird Kennedy on Mathen Weaver. Either guy had a shot at getting that one, just one-on-one, 50-50 ball. That was Matthew Nowell, the intended receiver.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought Nowell was about to come down with that ball. He had a step on the Raider defense, but a good job by Baird Kennedy getting in there for the Raiders to disrupt that pass.
2nd and 10 for LA. All over near the left hash. 2 wide outs to the short side of the field and 1 to the wide side. They'll go on the ground. That's Adcock dancing around, trying to find some room to run, but he stopped right at the 29. No gain. They didn't fool JA on that one.
Yeah, it looked like Foster Meacham coming in there to get the tackle for the Raider defense on that one.
No gain, and the Rebels will spend one of their 2 timeouts with 1:54 to play. We'll keep it here and remind you that we're going to have the Woodstock Furniture postgame coming up, and Sam and I will talk about the story of this ball game, and we'll take an in-depth look at some stats. So when we're on the road, we don't get a coach interview. It's just logistically it's too hard to pull off because coaches have things they need to do, and when we're on the road, we're always thinking about, hey, we got to pack up and we got to get on the road. Some of us have a longer way to go than others. It's only about 20 minutes for me, but it's a lot longer for Sam. He's got to head to Starkville. And of course, the Rebels have to head back to Madden. We'll be in Madden next Friday night. Week 2, game against the Starkville Academy Volunteers. Starkville got beat last week at Lamar, 27-7. They were playing Escambia County Academy from Alabama tonight. I did not at halftime see a score there. If somebody who knows how to text me, or you can message me at RevP2, REVP2 on Twitter. If you know that score, that'd be awesome. I'd love to be able to pass that along, and sometimes I get some help from my friends. But here, we'll reset things here. Minute 54 to go. Leake facing 3rd and 10 from their own 29. Have one timeout now remaining. Game was 14-10 at the half. It's 31-17 now. Leake's got a long way to go and a short time to get there, in the words of the immortal Jerry Reed. 3rd and 10. Here's Wilcox sidestepping pressure, but wanted Nowell near the first down marker at the 40, but threw it too deep, and there's a late penalty flag right at the point where Nowell went out of bounds. Let's see what this is about, Sam.
Yeah, I couldn't really see on the opposite side of the field, but I'd be interested to see what they call right here.
Looks like they're going to mark it off against the Raiders. Yeah, it's going to be 15 yards up the field. Pass interference, the call. So it looked like maybe a shove into the sideline there. The Rebels get a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down via penalty with 1:47 on the clock. All at the 44. Wilcox throws. His pass tipped at the sideline. Darian Albert celebrating. I think he got one of those big hands up and deflected that pass. It just went into the Leake sideline, went way up in the air. Glad that one didn't stay in the field of play. It could have been picked off. 2nd and 10. Rebels quickly to the line.
Yeah, Albert really got his hands up on that one, deflected the pass.
Adcock breaks a tackle, and then he's met right in the middle of the field, stopped in his tracks by one of the defensive backs. 3rd down and 3. Pickup of 7 for Adcock on 2nd down, and Wilcox to throw. Left sideline, wide open Nowell. He catches it, falls out of bounds. Were his feet in bounds? It looks like they were. At the 27, that's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, smart play by Nowell to fall out of bounds when he caught it to save the Rebels, to spend a timeout and to save the clock and give an opportunity to reset their offense.
Pickup of 17 on that play. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, 1:16 to go. Rebels running out of time. They're at the JA 27. Left hash. Wilcox looking left, throws that direction. 101, but pass a little underthrown in the end zone, intended for Nowell. Nick Spratlin was right there, just shadowing Matthew Nowell. Good coverage for the JA defensive back. 1:10 to go. Rebels trying to score quickly. Then they'd be looking at an onside kick, trying to recover the ball. So it's getting pretty desperate here. Running out of time. Wilcox claps, takes the snap, steps back, throws, has a man open at the 5, and taken out of bounds inside the 3-yard line. On that catch 22, Mathan Weaver, 1st and goal. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, and it's a trip to the David Barham Insurance Red Zone for LA.
Yeah, I think they're going to say he was in bounds. The clock is running.
Under a minute, under a minute to play. They've got that power set in. Hand it to Weaver. But he is met by a wall of defenders, stopped in his tracks. Starkville Academy leading in the final minute of their ball game with Escambia, 35-31. Shout out to my son-in-law, Lane Outlaw, down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 36 seconds. Throw. And if he caught it, it's 6 for the Rebels, and he did. About 2 yards deep in the end zone, Matthew Nowell, under pressure, makes the catch, and the Rebels get a Weaver Tax and Accounting touchdown.
Yeah,
with 31 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's touchdown grab number 2 for Matthew Nowell tonight for the Rebels to boost that or cut into that lead of the Raiders, and 31 seconds left. Rebels trail by 8.
Here's Matthew Nowell to kick the extra point. Then there's a problem with the snap. I think J.A. may have interfered with the snap. Flags come out. Ball never made it back to Jack Harkins. Rebels called for the false start. So they'll back them up 5 yards and need to hit this one. It's 31-23 right now with an extra point coming.
Yeah, talk about a luxury to have a guy like Matthew now to catch a touchdown for you and go back out there and kick a field goal for you and kick the extra point.
So from 5 yards further back, snap, hold, kick is up, it's away, and it's off to the left. He missed it.
Extra point.
Drifted left on Nowell. 31-23 with 31 seconds to play, and the Rebels will have an onside kick coming. We'll keep it right here for the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. But, Sam, you have to admire the Rebels putting it together. Big scoring drive there, 10 plays, 69 yards, and getting the 6.
Yeah, got to love the effort from the Rebels to, even with that struggle on offense in the third quarter, really come back in this fourth quarter and put up points and make it a close ball game with 9 plays, 71 yards, and a minute 50 to do it in 71 yards, less than 2 minutes. Good and impressive job by the Rebels.
Yeah, almost identical drives. I was looking at the wrong line. 10 plays, 69 yards on the previous drive for 6. Took them 3 minutes, but they did it. Went 9 plays, 71 yards on this touchdown drive in under 2.
Yep, so your performance therapy reset with 9 plays, 71 yards, and a touchdown for the Rebel offense. Lining up now for the onside kick.
As you would expect, Leake Academy does not know any word that's spelled Q-U-I-T. They were down 2 touchdowns and have scored twice here in the last 5.5 minutes. Unfortunately, they've given up a touchdown in that time span, so they're down 8, trying an onside kick here. Looks like Nowell's going to aim it over to his left toward the Leake bench. Kicks it straight up the middle, bouncing around. Nowell tried to hop on it, but couldn't get it. Camp Blunchy, Raider junior linebacker, was playing in the middle there, and he got on it before Nowell could hop on it. Yes. That was almost a Leak. A big play.
Really good strategy there from the Rebel special teams to just guys on the left side, guys on the right side. Now it says, I'm just going to kick it down the middle and go get it. And he just barely missed out on it as Lucia got in there for the Raiders. But don't mind the effort at all by now to try a little something different and kick it down the middle.
J.A. will be able to run out the clock. The Rebels can stop it only once. And then we'll be at the Woodstock Furniture post game. They're in the victory formation. Will take the knee. They can stop the clock if they want to, but coaches are coming forward, and they look like this one's going to go in the books. Final score from Jackson. Leake Academy falls in week 1, 31-23 to Jackson Academy in a really entertaining ball game. And we'll recap it, give you, as I like to say, the recapitulation of the ball game when Sam and I return with the Woodstock Furniture postgame here on Boswell Media Sports.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the cow patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727. Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right, big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back at the Brickyard for the Woodstock Furniture postgame. Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby here to recap Rebels' 31-23 loss to Jackson Academy. JA 2-0 on the year. They're going to play Pillow next week. Rebels fall to 0-1 in this Week 1 game and have a chance to get back to 500. But tough opponent coming in to Thagard Field next Friday night, Starkville Academy. We're going to talk about this ball game. That was something of a defensive struggle in the first half. JA led 14-10, but the Rebels got a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. JA really did something important for themselves in that game. After Leake took the lead off a 20-yard field goal by Matthew Nowell, they drove straight down the field after that kickoff, went 6 plays, 68 yards in just under 2.5 minutes. Scored with about 2:12 to play in the quarter, retook the lead and never relinquished that lead. Took that 4-point lead in the locker room. They shut down Leake in the third quarter. Leake did not pick up a first down in that third quarter, only gained 13 yards of offense in the third quarter. Got back on track in the fourth, but JA was able to tack on a field goal to get up by 7 in the latter stages of the third quarter. They kept an 82-yard drive with a 20-yard field goal. And then a couple of possessions later, kind of the pivotal possession of the ball game, I think, they took over with 9:29 to play at their own 36, and they scored quickly. 4 plays, 64 yards, and it was a touchdown by Ellis on a little screen pass on third down, and it was +10. I forget, they were facing something like 3rd and 16 or something like that.
Yep.
Threw a screen pass, and Ellis went 63 yards to the house with it. That put them up 2 scores, and the Rebels were just really having to get all cylinders going just to stay in and catch up. They certainly gave a great effort, got back to within 7 with 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the ball game on a 10-play, 69-yard drive. It took over 3 minutes. That was Matthew Nowell on a 12-yard pass from QB1, George Wilcox. But then JA answered that one, and that's what good ball teams do. They got that, went 5 plays, 51 yards, took 3 minutes off the clock, scored again to go up 14 points with 2:21 to play. Mays going in from the 31-yard line. It was 31-17, but Leake still had a lot of fight in them. Fought down the field, 9 plays, 71 yards, got a 3-yard touchdown pass from Wilcox to Nowell. Kick was off to the left, 31-23. Leake could not recover the onside kick, and the Raiders run out the clock and get the win, 31-23. Let's turn it over to Gilbert Barham, color commentator. That's Sam Rigby, ramping up his first Leake Academy ball game. He's going to tell us about team stats in this game.
Yeah, so for the team stats on the night, Jackson Academy had 373 total yards of offense to the Rebels' 261 total yards, although the Rebels had more passing yards with 195 passing yards on the night from George Wilcox and 168 passing yards on the night from Carter Matheson. But the big difference was the rushing in the night, with the Raiders with 205 total rushing yards to the Rebels 66. I feel like that was a big turning point in the stats for what would have gave the team the edge to win would have been the rushing yards from Jackson Academy. Some of the individual stats for you is the rushing attack of Jackson Academy with Amarian Ellis, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Carter Matheson, quarterback that when he got outside to scramble, he was turning it upfield, and he got 77 yards rushing with his 170 yards throwing the ball with a touchdown. And for the Rebels, with Garrett Adcock, 15 carries, 40 yards. John David Gill, 6 carries, 28 yards. George Wilcox, 195 yards, 18 completed passes on 37 attempts for 2 touchdowns on the night, and also a rushing score for George Wilcox. Receiving on the night, Matthew Nowell had 108 yards on two touchdowns, and Mathen Weaver with 76 yards receiving on the night. Those were your 2 main receivers for the Rebels, along with Amarian Ellis for the Raiders had 1 catch, 63 yards, 1 touchdown, and John Thomas with 5 catches, 59 yards for the Raiders. Only 1 turnover, both teams, an interception from both quarterbacks, but each team, you got to say you're pretty good when you're in the red zone, 100% in the red zone, 4 for 4 for the Rebels, 3 for 3 from the Raiders.
All right, all our scoring drive summaries and stat reports tonight presented by Performance Therapy, locations all around, and you just can't get better physical therapy than what you're going to get at Performance Therapy. And love Dan Young and his group, and I'm a very satisfied customer. Was working with them almost a year ago and last fall, and they did me a lot of good after some back surgery. But this ball game, I think you saw, Sam, that Leake's got some things going. I thought we ran the ball overall better than I thought we would against this tough front. I thought the offensive line was solid. I think where we were off was in the passing game. I think there's still some rust and a little bit of misses and gaps here in the passing game. I think we had receivers open, but sometimes that ball's just a little off track, or JA's got some good back-end defenders, and they defended the ball well. I think we're going to see some better performances down the road by the Leake passing game. But overall, rushing, we ended up with 66 yards rushing, 195 passing. It wasn't enough. That third quarter really kind of, messed up skewed that stat total.
Yep.
But, you got to play 4 quarters, and you got to do the job. Leake found a way to get some points late and get back in the game, but just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you'd say that third quarter was definitely the turning point, with the Rebels really struggling in the third quarter to get things going on offense. That just really had a turning point in the game, you felt, when the Rebels started turning it on. The fourth quarter, putting touchdowns back on the board. The Raiders were responding with touchdowns as well, so it was hard to get an edge on it when your team's performing well and also the opposing team's performing at the same level.
And we'll highlight a Rebel Drive tonight presented by N Sports. And I think you've got to highlight that early touchdown drive. I'm going to say when they got the short field after the punt, going 9 plays, 34 yards, looked really efficient doing it. And George Wilcox slammed in from the 1 to give to tie the game early. The Rebels showed early on that unlike last week's 5A opponent, they were not going to lay down against JA and just get slaughtered like Bio did last week. JA showed, why they're good. They are physical. They wore the Rebels down a little bit defensively with that running game, hit a couple of big plays in the second half with those talented backs. And if they can do that, they'll make some noise in 6A. They're good. They're a team with a lot of promise, I think, if they stay healthy.
It's a big if, is to staying healthy as well, yeah.
And looked to be a pretty healthy night for Leake. Had a couple of guys leave, early with injuries. Of course, we can't diagnose any injuries, so we don't know the extent of that, but all ball clubs trying to stay healthy every week, and we've got a lot to build on and look forward to having a 5A opponent in Starkville Academy come back to Madden, and I know we're going to see a good ball game next week.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Good ball club coming in next week, Starkville Academy, and also a good ball club in the Leake Academy Rebels. First home game of the year, so encourage all the fans to come out and support the Rebels for their first home game of the season next Friday night in Madden.
Oh, yeah, you'll see that. If you can't be there, fans, join us on Cruising 98.3 of the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. All right, we're going to pack it up and hit the road. Appreciate you all watching and listening tonight. Sam Rigby, great to have you alongside. Looking forward to quite a few more Friday nights together.
Oh, it's going to be a fun season. Can't wait for it.
All right, that'll do it for us from the Brickyard. JA wins 31-23 over Leake Academy, and the Rebels will try to pull up the record to 1-1 next Friday night at home against Starkville. Until we're together again, Lord willing, I'm Philip Palmertree, and on behalf of Sam Rigby and our producer in the studio, Billy Steen, and our esteemed award-winning producer-director, Brack Riley, and the whole Boswell Media sales and management team, great BMO, who's great with commercial production and promoting the broadcast here in BMO in the morning on Kicks 96. Just a great team to work with. Glad to be back with them. And I want to say thank you to all of them. And thanks to our sponsors and thanks to every one of you for listening and watching, because if you don't listen, you don't watch. What we're doing doesn't really matter. But we know it matters, and you make it matter, and we're grateful for that. We appreciate your interest and your trust. So we'll put it back together next week from Madden, Lord willing. Until we're together again, grace and peace and good night. Go Rebels.